Let me see if I can select him here. Eh. Why can't I click on this guy? Why can't I click on anything? Oh, because I'm on the pan tool. Boop. Do you guys want to make this guy your pet?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at that butt. How can you not love that butt?
That butt
A
crack
butt.
literally
It's a
goes
brain.
all the way up.
Can you put it back up?
We could put googly eyes on him.
Yeah.
You don't even know what his face looks like. That's his back.
Mm-hmm.
He might have eyes.
Doesn't matter. Googly eyes on the butt are hilarious.
You might have googly eyes.
That's the pet. You guys ready? You set up, Zeus?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm never ready.
Dungeons and Dragons. I can see most of you on Susie's computer. So yeah, last time we played, you had gone on the hunt for Floon, discovered that he had been kidnapped from his kidnappers by additional kidnappers. So there was another layer of kidnapping. There was this layer of kidnapping, and then underneath it, there was another layer of kidnapping.
A whole
Dolly kidnapping.
Just a Russian dolly of kidnapping. So you discovered he had been absconded with by the Xanathar gang and taken down into the sewers. You went into the sewers after him. Several hours of running around in the sewers later, you found a little floating, like what looked like a tiny beholder. You fought and killed Tiny Beholder. You then eventually found a hideout, a lair that seems to be maintained by the Xanathar Guild. You took him down you went down into there. You fought some stuff. You killed some stuff. The bard put most of you to sleep. And then coming into what appears to be the final chamber, the last chamber of the layer, there is sitting upon a big, like rusty old, hardly nailed together chair, an odd tentacled creature. And in its lap, it is slowly petting a brain with feet. And then standing in the center of the room with his foot on the chest of a very handsome-looking man who looks strikingly similar to Rainier, but with black hair rather than like the reddish-colored hair that Rainier has, as a half-orc with fire slowly, like liquid fire, slowly dripping off of his hands. A group of 3 of you, although I don't think Jesse's here, so he's just going inside the wall. So a group of you wandered into this room with this man. You looked over, the half-orc looked up at you and just went, "The fuck?" And that's where we left on. Okay, Cat broke your audio.
Yeah, Cat audio broke. All the tech issues. Oh yeah, we definitely don't hear any of you guys. Nope. Still nothing. Not even registering on my Discord. Oh, now we hear you.
It switched back, but it's just fine.
We hear you now.
Do we need to
Here's Sydney.
We might need to.
I hear people. Can people hear me?
I can hear you. Connecting. Hello.
Can you hear now that you've reconnected?
Hello.
I hear just Sydney.
Oh, there we
Can
go.
anybody else hear us?
Oh, hey, yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool. I don't know how much of that you guys heard, but I'm not doing it again.
None
You
of
found
it.
Floon. You found Floon. There's a half-orc with his foot on his chest with fire dripping off of his hands. There's a creepy tentacle man with a pet brain in the back of the room. The 2 of you that have come into the room, it looks like we got Kimbo and Bust. So you come around the corner, you see this. The half-orc looks up at you and goes, "The fuck?"
Can I say back the fuck? Just the same way.
Yeah.
Roll a
And then
performance
there's
check.
just the awkward moment. And he looks back at the tentacle dude behind him, and the guy puts down the brain next to him, like it pats it gently, and they're like squish, squish. And then he stands up And he doesn't like walk down the stairs. He just floats off of the stairs, and then goes behind a curtain.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh,
I
is that our
He
chance
just-
to escape?
Leaves the room.
Are you showing the map yet?
You should be able to see it.
I see black.
You're on the wrong part of the map then.
How am I on the wrong part
Like
of the
zoom
map?
out. Because remember, you can only see certain parts of it.
It's black. Oh wait, there we go.
I want to make friends
Can I
with
move?
the tiny brain.
I do too, kind of.
Buster, what is in the next room?
I kind of want to.
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell this guy to stay here.
Oh.
The-
Guy.
the guy
you're
you
not in
tied
the
up?
room with me, are you? Yeah.
Okay.
Stay here.
He looks down at his tied up feet in his hands, and he's like, "Well, it doesn't really seem like I got much of an option there, does it?"
Excellent.
I'm gonna
Save
move you
your
guys because the
joy.
dynamic lighting on this part is a little funky, so I'm just gonna shove you into the room here.
Please do.
Oh god, some giant invisible force shoving me.
There's tiny brain food in your cart.
Yeah. And when you come around the corner, the half orc looks at you. Layla goes, "There's more of you? What the fuck?"
Well, I'm the sexy one.
Can I also pop into the room? Am I allowed?
Yeah. He goes, I don't understand how that's relevant.
Well, see, we're here, and that guy looks a lot like the guy that we need. So, hand him over, and then I want to intimidate.
Hand
Okay.
him over?
Make an intimidation check.
I can assist.
Oh,
Oh no, it's persuade. How about I persuade?
Well, what are you? Oh, yeah, make a persuasion check, sure.
Yeah, can you hand him over, please?
If I hand him over, he
He's
needs
my-
a tiny brain dog, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold the lights, use inspo.
You can use inspo.
All right, doing it. Oh, no. There we go.
Yay.
Okay. So he looks at you and goes, "Well, when I'm done with him, you can have what's left."
Ah,
I think we kind of need like a whole guy though.
I just need like an hour.
Not
For
even a
what?
particular part of him, but just the time limit. That's not good.
no,
What
we
are
need
you
a
going to
lot.
do to him?
Get into act.
Well, he knows where a thing is that I need to, and you can see on the ground the the dude, who's devilishly handsome, but he has a gag in his mouth, and he looks over at the group of you in like shock and surprise, and then when he's like he knows where a thing is I need, the guy on the ground like shakes his head back and forth and goes, "Oh, oh."
I don't know. It kind of sounds like he doesn't.
If I could, how are you gonna get him to tell you things whenever you put a gag in his mouth?
So when you go to move forward, Layla, he holds out the hand that's on fire towards you and is like, "Oh, no. You can stay over there."
And,
Then he
I would
says,
like
I'd
to
like to.
sacred flame him.
"So you're gonna start casting a spell?"
I think so.
I think so.
I think it's about right there. It's about the right
Okay,
time.
I guess we can roll initiative then.
Oh.
No.
He told me to stay
Well,
back. I don't like being told what to do.
Initiative. This guy.
Don't forget to select your dude
Did I
first,
open my
then.
thing? I did open my thing.
Initiative for this guy.
Because I clicked me.
Wow. Did real good.
I'm just opening up the sheet.
Dude. We all in there.
Getting there. There's a lot of loading going on.
Yep, I'm just waiting on you two.
Our character sheets aren't loading.
Wait.
I got it. I'll roll initiative for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
because I got a button that lets me do it.
Noise.
And
Do that for me now.
knit
And then
and
She's back.
knit.
Again.
You didn't roll well. You should have rolled for yourself.
Oh.
Boop. And then, all right, a nail or cereal or Layla. You need to fix that. You go ahead and take your turn.
Well, it's Layla, but I couldn't decide.
So here we go. We're gonna say you're playing this feedback.
wow.
He needs a dex saving throw.
Mhm.
Well, as a half orc, he's very dexterous. I'm here to tell you.
Mhm.
I got a 7.
Toasted.
So you can go ahead and 4 damage. Okay. So you call forth the flames of passion and hurl it at him, and it
Nice.
strikes him across the chest. It burns a big chunk out of his clothes. He snarls back at you, and he's like, looks back behind him where the tentacle face boy was, and then flips back to you angrily, and he begins going into a spell casting of his own.
See, I can cast fire.
Did you want to move at all?
1, 2.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Cat,
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
it's your turn.
Okay. Can I see the bindings on our Foodmeister?
Yeah, he just has like rope on his feet and manacles on his hands, and then his mouth is gagged. He's dirtied and beat up. You can see his shirt's been ripped open, and he has little burn spots all across his chest,
They've been
like somebody's
poking
been
him.
dripping hot wax on him.
Ew.
Wow. Did they invite him there for special reasons?
Looks like.
Okay. I'm gonna. Would I know if it's possible for me to burn the ropes at his feet?
I mean, with what?
I have range spells that do that. That do fire. I don't know if that would get just the ropes or if that would burn him as well.
Yes, there's a risk you would burn him as well. And he doesn't look real good.
He's fine. I'm sure he's fine.
I'm just gonna grab Chris and drag him in front of me. No. Okay. I'm gonna hold my turn. To cast Cure Wounds on either Floon if he attacks Floon, or on
Whoever he attacks.
yes, thank you.
That'll work.
Making words today.
Oh, by the way, if I remember correctly, I do not feel very well.
Okay. Did you want to move it all, Cat? Or are you just gonna hold your
Or are you
turn?
still like a little?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took pretty good.
I think I'll
last
just
Oh, I thought you meant
hold my
from walking through
turn
the sewers.
because if
Like,
No, I'm fine from that.
moving out of the way
No,
would
I
be
got
kind of
hit by
difficult
the-
at this point.
Whatever it was you saw before.
Well, Grumshar is gonna move to here. And he's gonna finish his spell casting. So his 2 hands wave together. The fire drips from the right hand onto the left. Both hands catch a flame, and as he reaches out and touches his thumbs together, he holds them out in front of him and casts Burning Hands.
Oh, joy. That's gonna hit a lot of people.
Is that touch spell?
Nope.
Ooh.
What
It's
if it just
like a
means his
fan of
hands
flame.
burn and nothing actually hits us?
It's a 15-foot cone of fire.
That's
Yeah.
not really burning hands, then, is it?
Is that
Um,
Starting
Flaming hands.
Yeah, Buster, I will give you a +2 because I think you have cover. Same thing for Curtis. I'll give you a +2 because you have cover.
Nice.
But I need Buster, Curtis, Kelric, and Chris to all make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Alright.
So I have to select myself again.
I think so, yeah.
And then save. Oh, I don't. Not proficient in those.
Initiative is the only thing you have to do for the select yourself thing.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Wow, good.
It's gonna work.
I said Dex.
Dexterity saving throw, so half as much damage on a successful one. Okay. Chris fails.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt
no,
and Buster both
Eva.
fail.
I should have
So Kelric,
your
Kelric, you will take 5 points of damage, and everybody else will take 11.
I'm down.
down.
Wow.
Fucking down.
I'm down. I'm down.
You
Kelric held an action.
I mean, he didn't attack anyone, but I would let him use his held action to cast Cure Wounds on somebody.
I guess I'll do it on the person who's right next to me because it's a touch range.
What's 12?
Healing me.
So I'll just do that then. If I can. If I get my character sheet open, I keep accidentally opening my character sheet. Or accidentally closing my character sheet. Accidentally opening it's less of a problem.
What's the little green circle mean?
Oh wait, I got my 1 HP.
The green circle is your AC. Chris is down and Buster's down, and then because he's a half orc, Curtis stays at 1.
Aha.
So are you healing Curtis? Or I'm sorry, are you healing Chris or are you healing Buster?
Chris, because he's immediately next. Well, they're both immediately next to me.
Yeah, Buster's right behind you.
Yeah, but I'm down though.
I'm down
Buster's
too.
also down.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to choose between your friends now.
Oh no.
I can reach Chris.
Okay, I pick Buster.
Yes, I
So
win.
Turn around, slap the healing down on Buster. Buster, your skin is scorched. You see Kelric like buckle down and hold his arms up in front of his face to keep the brunt of the fire from hitting him. But it laps over his body around the corner and fills the chamber in the room you're in. Kimbo, it literally stops, like the edge of the flames come right up near you. You feel your skin blister a bit against the heat, but it's like opening an oven versus being hit by a blowtorch. The rest of you guys are hit by the blowtorch. Your skin is blackened and charred, and then as you drop, the second your body like hits the ground, you feel like a hand grab you and lifting you back up to your feet, and you regain 8 hit points. And that is Grumshar's turn, which makes it
looks at Chris.
the Swirly Boy's turn.
Goodbye.
What's his movement? Okay. 40. Oh god. No. Can he get to Chris?
No.
20.
Oh, don't get Chris.
No.
Can I body block him with my extra movement?
You didn't move.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Can I?
You don't. So if you held an action and didn't move, it's your
Oh,
reaction, so you can't
alright.
move.
That's fine.
So it runs up to Chris,
Well, you wanted the brain thing.
incapacitated. And Chris, I need you to make an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Against the brain?
This
Just
sounds good.
Straight up intelligence
I
check.
think Half-Life is coming into our game.
Oh no.
Like a check or a save?
Yeah, just an intelligence check.
Okay.
Oof.
So I keep forgetting that I have to.
Okay.
Okay.
Somewhere dimly in the back of your unconscious brain as you are scorched and cast to the floor. You feel a prodding, like a prying, like something leaking into your mind. But you managed to push. You managed to push it out. The rest of you see this thing crawl up on top of Chris's head and then sort of fade, like it begins to become slightly less visible. And Chris stirs in their unconscious musings, and it becomes solid again.
Oh, okay.
And then it's your turn, Chris. So you need to make a death saving throw.
I sure do.
Natural 20, move on.
Boop.
10. So that's one success.
Nice.
Which makes it Kimbo's turn.
I'm gonna shoot. Or can I shoot this from dude from here? I think I can.
I'm short enough for to duck.
If you can see him, you can shoot him. So yeah,
Okay,
you can shoot him.
I'm gonna do this.
You don't have to
shooting
duck; it just
cheat,
goes
so.
over you.
I mean, this is all supposed to happen in the same 6 seconds, so it might be while I'm bending over to fix your face.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my crossbow. So I click crossbow, and that does it. That will roll.
Yeah, you just click on it under attacks, and it'll do the roll for you.
Okay. Finish on the roll. Wow, that didn't go very.
Okay. And 8 does not hit. Yeah, it shatters on the wall near him. I think Buster goes down in front of you, and you go to shoot him, and Buster is like wakes up and thrashes, and it knocks your crossbow aside.
Like, wait.
Did you want to move, or are you good in the back of the hole?
I want to stay in the back of the hallway.
Okay. Curtis, you have 1 hit point.
You don't want to come up
And you
No,
you
I'm
can
not
see
that
this
real good.
brain thing, this brain with legs and like talons on the ends of the feet has crawled up on top of Chris's head and seems to be trying to worm its way into his skull or their skull.
Oh. He's just brute forcing its way in.
Let's see. 1, 1, 1, 1.
Can I?
1, 1, 1, 2.
Can I try and charm Groomshar?
What do you want to cast?
Charm.
Is it charm person?
Yes.
I forget how that spell works.
Just
Hang on.
click it.
Yeah, you can just click it.
That was very
You don't have it set up
informative.
right. That's okay. You attempt to charm a humanoid creature you can see within range. It makes a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails to save, it is charmed by you.
Keep the puppy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. He will become charmed by you so he'll have advantage on this because he's fighting you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I mean, not nice. I don't know why I said nice.
It'll be nice if it
What's
works.
yours? Oh fuck! I rolled a 9 and a 4. He failed.
Yay! Oh, thank God.
So he is charmed by you. So he looks over at you and smiles, and he says, "Yes, my friend, you help me deal with these people. Tell them I need this individual." And he's like trying to shoo you away. Did you want to move or anything?
Hello, dude. I think, let me see. I go over to. Can I just kind of put myself in between him and Bloon?
Yeah, you come walking toward him. He thinks you're walking over there to help him. He's like, yes, come over here. Explain to them that I need to complete this job and deal, and then they can have the man when I'm done torturing him.
Oh yeah, certainly. We're here to help you. We've heard all about your exploits. So we're here to take Fluent in our tow.
Okay. I am confused. And then Buster, it's your turn.
Oh, Buster, don't fuck up.
Buster, come over here and help me carry Fluent out.
Yes, we will carry Fluent for you.
Yeah, and he's like, you can't just carry him out. Like, I have to find out where the thing. Listen, he's like trying to reiterate. I need to find out where the thing is,
What thing?
And then Rainier comes around the corner finally, and he sees Rainier for the first time, and he's like, "Wait!" And he looks at Rainier, and then he looks at Flynn, and you can see the gears start to turn in his head. And he's like, "Did I wait? Did you want to do anything other than walk up there, Buster?"
Well, he's already got it. Yeah, you already took care of charming him. I was gonna do like command a person, which is much more violent, but
You probably
I mean, I
should.
can't stop.
Yeah.
That brain thing.
and the brain.
We just lost audio on you guys for a second.
I'm sorry.
It's coming back. There we go. So you're casting command on the brain.
Stay.
Stay.
I think we want
On
that
my head.
off.
Stay?
No, as in like, what am I gonna tell it? I'm gonna tell it
So
to.
let's fish something.
I'm gonna tell it to grovel. And then,
Okay.
like, it falls prone and it's whatever's.
Play dead.
Try to lick your butt.
Okay. So it makes a wisdom save.
Yes.
I got a 14. What's your spell save DC?
Oh, what is
It's
it?
on the top of the sheet with your spells on it.
Oh, damn it. Well, I guess I'm at 10.
Oh,
I'll say
beep.
10.
That doesn't sound right. Who are you? You're Buster.
Mm-hmm.
Spellcasting ability is charisma. You have an 11 charisma. You're a warlock with 11 charisma. Okay, you're at 10.
She's been role playing that 11 charisma real hard.
I mean, she gets inspiration for it too. So, I mean, I guess there's some mechanical benefit. It's not super low. It just is not
It's not
not
that
ideal for a warlock. Okay, it does not grovel.
You should take levels in fighter.
Layla, it's your turn.
Okay.
Okay, so Chris is still down. So I'm gonna walk over here and be like, "On your feet, Sam," and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
My name's not Sam.
Give them a moment for Pete's sake.
Thank you.
I'll give you a 13.
Yay.
Yeah, you're back up to full. So yeah, you feel Layla shake you back to life, and the healing warmth of her passionate love pours into you.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I have the warm fuzzies for some reason.
My heart is a flutter.
Which makes it Kelrick's turn.
I'm going to hidden step.
Sneak step.
Just maybe.
I have no idea what that does. You'll
It
have
makes
to
me
explain it.
invisible for a turn.
Okay, so you're gonna turn invisible.
Yeah, and
So I'm gonna put a ninja mask on you.
then
Shika.
and then I'm gonna start trying to untie Floon's feet.
Okay, so it's your action to cast hidden step,
Oh, okay. So,
right? No, I'm asking. I don't know.
I'll have to double check.
Okay, we'll say you start untying his feet.
Yeah.
Which makes it Crumshar's turn.
Bonus action. Bonus action.
Okay, so you can use your action to untie Floon's feet, so that the feet are untied.
Yay.
Grumshar. Grumshar looks at Curtis and says, "How about this? You leave me that one," and he points at Rainier, and then he's like, "And I'll let you take that one," and he points at Floon.
They're basically the same.
And then Rainier goes, "Oh dear, that's That's quite unpleasant. That's not a trade. We can't be trading lives. That's not the sort of people you are, I thought.
He needs
Is
to
it
roll
though?
initiative.
Yeah, I need to move his token up too.
You just hear Layla in the corner go, "No deal."
It sounds pretty good to me. I mean, we do need Floon pretty badly.
Yeah, and
But also, if we bring
half-
him
the
back
half
level,
orc-
we might get money from him too, though.
the half orc goes, "It seems fair. I think I've got the wrong one, and you need this one, and I need that one, so we can just trade."
Sounds good.
All right, I'm entertaining this idea.
Okay, I'm gonna. So,
I'm
oh,
not.
you're not? Can you make a deception
No.
check for me?
I can indeed. Because look, my deception is so high. Oh,
An 8. Okay, let's see.
it is high.
Let's see if he buys it. What skill is insight based on? Is it wisdom?
I think so.
I think it's wisdom.
It is.
Okay. He goes, good. Then we have an accord then. And he looks over at Flynn. He's like, "How did your feet get untied?" And he looks like, "It doesn't matter. You can take this one." And he lifts Floon up to his feet, like one-handed, like the flames flicker out. And go get me that one. And you can see Rainier starting to back up, like, oh, no, dear. And for now, we're gonna pause initiative basically because we're not like actively harming each other.
I just want
want
Floon out of the room, and then I'm gonna
can
go
I
back to
start-
attacking him.
Can I take Floon out of the room just slowly?
I'm gonna go back and act like I'm grabbing the guy.
See, you start to grab Floon. The half orc walks back over. Yeah, like he moves to like here, and he's like trying to get past Kimbo, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me, I need to grab that foolish man."
I move. I don't know
Uh,
where you want me to
so
move.
Rainier's gonna try to bolt. So
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not
And
my problem.
before he bolts, can I hit this guy in the back with my sword or mace?
do you want to do like non-lethal damage?
Grumshar?
Or are you just trying to whack him?
I'm just trying to knock him out.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
13.
13 would hit him, but he's gonna use shield.
Did we get him out of the room? No, we didn't. Okay, that's fine.
I'm working on it.
So he hears you like come up behind him, banging in your armor, and he turns to look and sees the mace raised. And as you swing down, he waves his hand, and sparks fly across the magical barrier that a blue light that he summons up. And he says, "Well, fine then." And he reaches back, his left hand lights back on fire, and he tries to shove it in your face.
Can I yell to the guy? We aren't actually gonna give you up.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. 14 doesn't hit your AC, right?
Hell no.
Okay, yeah. So he throws fire in your face. You raise your physical shield up, and it splashes across the shield, which makes it the intellect devourer's turn. It grovels, so it crawls down off the top of Chris's head, and then like rolls up and shows her the belly. Like, you can hear like the wet brain noise as it rolls across the nasty sewer floor.
Gravel in the brain. Oh, that's a good brain.
Which makes it Chris's turn.
I'm alive.
And you can see this thing like curled up at your feet with its like legs splayed out.
Can I rub its belly?
For a free action, hopefully.
I mean, you can use your turn to rub its belly if you want.
So Grumshard is hostile again, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I guess I'll stab him.
I mean, can you use like? Do you have animal handling?
Not
Because
really.
if you did, that would be a super good use of it. 'cause
Oh
then
wait,
we
I
could
do
have
actually.
no animal to like bug us.
This thing is clearly not an animal. Like,
Yeah,
this
We
is
can
not.
treat him like one.
It's a
Yeah,
brain.
we totally
You can.
Everybody up.
You can treat it like one, but it may or may not respond like one.
It's fine. But
Does
I'm
offering
not
up its
gonna
belly
worry
not mean cute
about it
animal
right
behavior
now.
if it's not an animal?
Oh.
It's actually like you touch it and go.
You okay?
Remember where all my stuff is. There it is. I'm gonna, excuse me, stab that guy a couple times. Oops.
If you roll well.
Yeah.
Look at that wrist.
Oop.
Oh, when you just made friends with him.
Well,
That's okay.
Are you stabbing him in his
Those
soft
will
belly?
both hit.
No, he's gone for Grimshire, not the
yeah,
brain.
I'm not gonna stab the brain. He's groveling.
So
He's
those will
doing a
both hit.
grovel.
21 points of damage. Okay, Jesus,
Stab,
fighters are
stab.
broken.
Damn.
That's it. Okay,
Everybody else is
Grimshire
sucking,
turns,
so it's-
flings his hand up, and as he does, Chris lunges forward with both of her rapiers, and
Oh,
the blue
he's dead.
sparks fly. But Chris just pushes right past the two like shimmering blue lights that he summons up, and stabs one sword into like his abdomen and one into the chest. And Chris, you can feel the blade slip between the ribs and get into the good victuals.
Just kinda, like,
He
turns
gurgles
a little bit.
once and sort of looks down at the swords a little confused, and then falls dead.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Spare the die.
No, he dead. Like he
well.
dead.
Who died?
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Drumshar,
I mean, he
Drumshar
can't
down.
call 911 to come down to the sewers.
that's a shame.
They're not gonna save him in time.
Kimbo,
Yeah.
the half orc has collapsed dead at your feet. Rainier is taken off running out of the dungeon. There's still this freaky brain thing, but it's on its back right now.
Isn't
Wait,
there, like, another
I
guy
thought I
that
told him.
that walked off?
Yeah, there was the dude that just like walked out of the room somewhere.
Mr. Squid.
Yeah,
I don't have any healing spells.
he went behind this curtain.
Oh, the one
Well,
that I
yeah.
haven't seen yet?
We
Maybe we
got
should
we
leave
got
him.
Floon.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
I'm just gonna like walk over and like if Floon is still not fully untied, I'll help do the rest.
He's untied, but I
He's manacled, like he has handcuffs on, basically.
Okay.
I
Can
thought
I
I
like
yelled
smash
at.
his manacles?
He did.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I'd like to kick Grumshar on my way over for free action.
Sure. Flack, you just kick him.
No.
Okay, no problem. You kick his dead body, it flops over.
That's a
Book comes
koala.
tumbling out of his robes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could try to break the manacles. You can roll like a strength check.
What comes out of his robe?
I don't know.
A book.
A bowl?
A book.
Oh, a book.
Let's say a bowl's a real thing to keep your robe. Check out the sweet bowl.
Sometimes you need your portable soup.
We're still
bowl
in initiative.
in case you come across a soup lying around.
An 11. So you grab hold of the manacles and wrench, but they're iron. Like you just can't pull them apart. Curtis.
All right, I'm gonna grab Floon and let him know that. All right, it's gonna be okay. We were sent by Volo. Please tell me you know a way out of here. I think
Right.
I want to start with him.
I assume you guys pull the gag out of his mouth, and he's like, flew and goes, and he like opens his mouth like he's gonna say something, like, and then he kind of looks around at a lot of you, and then he just points with his manacled hands, back kind of in the direction of where Chris is standing, like
Oh.
back in this corner.
Let's go. Okay. Can I just kind of pull him along with me towards the corner?
Sure. Yeah, you want to go over into the side room here?
Yeah.
Okay. So you pull him over that way. Buster?
What to do with brain friend?
Well, I think he just said it. He's our friend now, so he's definitely our friend, and he definitely won't become hostile if we.
I mean, Kurt, you know that he's, or who cast that on him? The grovel, the command.
It was
Buster.
It was me.
Buster, you know he will only do this for one turn,
Right,
for like 6
so-
seconds. He's going to do this for a little bit, and then he's going to go right back to normal.
Okay, so
We could restrain him.
yeah, is there a way that I can like put him in a bucket or whatever?
You can use the bowl. No.
You have a bucket on your character sheet? Is that an option?
You can use your hat.
No, I can't use my hat. I'm using it. I wish I could use my hat, but I know it's out of his character to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think I have a bucket. I've got an entertainer's pack.
You just.
Yeah, I've got like a duffel bag. I've got an oil skin.
Could you just put him in the duffel bag?
I guess so.
Is it small enough to put in a duffel bag?
How big is a brain? It's like the size of a.
It's a human brain. Like,
It's
put your
about the
fist
size
together.
of your head.
Yeah.
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 It will fit in a duffel bag. That's the sum of this.
Is there a way to just restrain it? Put it in a bag.
I mean, you could run up and grab it. If you have like an empty bag, you could run over and throw the empty bag over it. If there's stuff in the bag, that might cause an issue. But if you have like an empty bag, you go shove it over the top. I would say shove it over its head, but it is all head.
Oh God.
That's what he said.
Well, I would have to look at the specifics for this pack to see if I'd have such a thing.
You might have like some rope or something.
Yeah,
Just
I must.
tie him up.
Yeah, I can try to tie him up like a ham.
Get it?
Just
Tie its little
tie
feet up.
Yeah, like
You
kind
just
of brain.
use the rope that they use.
Yeah, he's run over and so you pull a rope out of your bag, run
Is that
over
his little
and
soft
pull its
belly up
feet
there?
together and start hog tying this this brain, which makes it Layla's turn.
That's not a sentence you often hear.
I'm going after
Wait.
Rainier.
Let's hog tie this brain.
Did you hear me?
Hmm?
Yeah, so you can use your action to dash and catch up with him. You just turn the corner and he's like running, like making his way toward the next door. And as you come around the corner, he's like, "So you're not trading me for Floon then? I'm very confused. I'm
No,
sorry."
and then I tell him, I come around the corner, I'm like, no, we're not trading you for Floon. Dude, it's easier to fight a guy when he's in a hallway, because then you just stab him from behind and stab him from behind. You just go back and forth. That's what I thought you would do. Tactics, dude.
I'm more of the social tactician. I'm sorry.
That's fine. We got Floon and we got that brain thing, but the brain thing's still alive, I think. So you want to help stab a brain thing? That shouldn't be hard.
What? I'm going to
I think stabbing it is possibly the best idea, though convincing your friends of that seems like it may be difficult.
Mm,
Can I roll a nature check for whatever this brain thing is?
point.
Or is it
Or
arcana
whose
check?
brain it
Uh,
was?
Well, it is your turn, Kelric, so it would be an Arcana check.
I don't know.
It's a
I'm going
fucking
with-
human brain with legs. That's what it is.
Alright, I'm vaguely creeped out by this thing, so I'm just gonna follow after
I'm telling you, put googly eyes on
after
his
our
brain.
bard friend and Floon. I don't know
Okay.
which way they went. Did they
North.
go-
Where's
Did,
Kelric?
did they go up in here?
And you're
or
not
did they go
invisible
over here?
anymore, right?
No, it's only last turn.
It's one turn. Okay. They're. Aw. There you go.
Okay. And I will inquire with Floon if he is okay enough to walk the whole way back.
You don't want to.
He looks down. He's beaten up. He's bloody. He's dirty. But he looks down at himself and then just sort of shrugs.
I think it'll be alright.
You probably
Rainier
don't-
is
you
going to look
probably
at
don't need
Layla
to
and say,
roll on him.
"I'm not much of the stabbing of creatures type. Perhaps you could take care of that."
Okay, but keep an eyesight so that, you don't get hurt.
Can I start? If we're still in initiative, for ritual casting, can you be walking, or do you have to stay in one place for ritual casting?
It's like a thing you stop and do, and it
Okay.
takes a long time.
Okay, that's like 10
Like-
times the
like
amount of
it-
time it takes to actually cast the spell, right?
Yeah, so if it's an action, it would take a minute for you to cast it.
Okay.
The Intellect Devourer is restrained, which I do not think means it can't attack. I think it
plays
needs
mind games.
disadvantage.
I just love the idea of it like trying to thrust its tiny body in directions to like.
Wouldn't it just be rolling back and forth?
Well, I mean, we have it hogtied, right?
Yeah, but its back is round. So
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's like a turtle.
it has disadvantage on attack rolls, but it can still attempt to attack you. So as you're trying to tie it up, Buster, it claws at you. Like it swipes at you with the little talons on the ends of its feet. An 8 is not going to hit you, probably.
No,
Okay.
I have too many dirty clothes.
And so as it claws at you,
the protection.
yeah, as it's clawing and ripping at you, you feel like even though the claws aren't reaching you, you can feel it like that same clawing, like digging sensation starting at the back of your skull. And I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
I've got to tell you, I have this thing for my madman background where like mind readers need to succeed a DC 13 intelligence if they try to probe my mind.
It's not trying. Well, let me see. It's a magical attack.
Okay.
Is that just for mind reading? Or is it for like it's the background madman?
Yeah, it's like shattered mind.
Let me look at how it's phrased. Your sanity left you long ago. Equipment, shattered mind. Those who look into your eyes can see nothing beyond them. Any creature that attempts to read your mind will find it to be an open book. Oh shit, that's terrifying though. So it's not trying to read your mind, it's trying to eat it, basically. So I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Do that then.
I don't think there's much mind of him left to eat.
Yeah. It's like a half of a fig.
It's not a very nutritious brain meal.
Mm-hmm.
Did that work?
It might give him food poisoning.
No. Indigestion.
Oh, brain digestion.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, guess what the DC is?
What is it?
12.
Yay!
Does it mean I...
You're fine. Okay, so you feel the clawing sensation in the back of your skull, but like that's kind of always there. Sometimes it's at the front, sometimes it's on one side. Like there have been worse claws and talons rattling around in your brain, and you just shake it off.
Oh, okay.
So Chris, you can see this thing still trying to claw at Buster as he's tying it up. And there's a moment where Buster kind of kicks his head to the side, then just goes back to what he's doing. And Chris, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to Buster and be like, I think you might need to put that down.
Why?
I have a feeling that it doesn't like you very much, and it's probably like a little angry that it's not eating our brains right now. I think maybe you should leave it here. Leave it where you found it, like in its natural environment. Let it be happy down here in the sewers. Happy and free. I'm sorry. But if you love something, you have to let it go.
Well, I suppose that's just my life.
Yeah. You gonna put it down, buddy?
Don't worry, guys. I'll give you opportunities to get weird pets.
Okay.
All right.
We'll get our own
That's a
brain.
promise.
I just dropped it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, it makes a splat sound as it impacts the floor.
Does it take fall damage?
Is it like dropping?
No,
like,
it's not.
slime?
It's not high enough up to get a fall damage. But yeah, it tries to like roll. No, it's like a turtle. It's stuck on its back and it
I
can't,
mean,
it can't
Buster's
roll back to
pretty
its
short,
feet.
so it only felt like
Like a foot.
yeah, like a foot. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
So Chris, we're just gonna leave it. You're just gonna tell Buster to put it down and leave it there, and that's your turn? Do you want to move
just
it all?
Leave it, because some people. I mean, I know he's attached to it, so I'm not gonna stab it. So,
Okay.
as a courtesy to you.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of am
I'm
waiting.
sure he appreciates that.
I don't know. There's nothing else in this room, right? So.
There's two like side chambers with curtains, and then on the right hand side of the room, there's a like a set of heavy double doors.
Oh, okay.
There's still a guy.
I might go peek at those. Keep those curtains. Or wait, is this also a curtain right here?
Hang on, I got up and left the room for a second. That's a curtain, and then the one further to the north is the one that the guy disappeared behind.
Okay, I'm gonna go peek behind here, I guess. Just to
Purple
see
mechanical face.
if he's back
I'm not
there.
crowding him.
Yeah.
Guys, I have 2 puppies.
Yeah.
Double doggos.
Doggish.
So now, whenever you say double dog dare, you could be meaning 2 different things.
Oh, Puppo. Doggo.
Another pupper. You can see his ears.
Oh, yeah, there's his. Hi.
Why can I not move this stupid thing?
Mystery.
You're a mystery.
I am.
That is accurate.
Wrapped in an enigma. Okay.
Oh. I guess I'll dash so I can. Yep, there's nothing in here. Cool, guys. He's gone. He's gone. Don't
I
worry
got
about
a description for this room somewhere.
it. Oh.
Or as soon as I figure out what fucking
Somebody
room we're
pick
in.
up the book? Or did that already happen?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Nope,
think anybody
nobody's
picked it
picked up the book.
Oh.
This is like sleeping chambers. There's straw pallets that lie on the floor, and a rusty set of old, like bloodied manacles bolted to the wall.
Whoa.
Did you check under the bed?
Cool.
There could be another brain down there. The monster under the bed.
Okay.
Not super interested.
Embo?
in this.
Kimbo's gonna go pick up the book.
Okay, yeah, you pick it up.
Oh, whoops! I didn't
You can
mean to
open
pick
up and flip through it. It's mostly empty. It contains writing and odd, like arcane symbols on like 3 pages.
Is that like his spell book?
Kimbo doesn't know.
No, okay.
He don't magic.
I'm not really into reading. I just feel like it'd make a nice
Muscle
fire.
Wizard casts fist.
Yeah.
So you can, that's like basically a bonus action. I just pick up this book and glance at it. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm not really interested in trying to figure out where the tentacle dude went. I'm not feeling so
Okay.
hot. I want to go home.
Yeah. I think we could probably leave.
Curtis?
Can I use minor illusion to change Floon's hair color? Or does it have to be like a physical, tangible thing somewhere else?
How many spell slots
Do you have
left?
prestidigitation? Because you can do it with
I
that.
don't. It's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip? Then I don't know. Probably.
Can I change it to the blonde the other guy has?
Thank you.
Like reddish blonde.
Yeah.
Minor.
So wait,
You're gonna
when
make
you want to do it the other
now.
way,
You're just making them indistinguishable from each other.
Wouldn't the other dude have his hair color? So
No.
You
As
create
long
the
as they're not the same
sound.
part.
Oh, so minor illusion lets you create like objects and like sounds, but it doesn't let you like
So you
change.
need to
stationary.
an ugly hat.
it's a stationary.
Hide the hair with a hat.
You could make a chair appear in the middle of the room, or make it sound like a dog was barking down the hallway, but it doesn't let you like change the appearance of stuff.
A non-moving copy.
Yeah, that's too big, I think.
Okay.
That's
major
stuffed all of them?
I wonder if you put
Well,
a mask that looks
if-
like Floon's face on Gromshark.
Theoretically, you could make a Floon if he was less than 5 feet tall.
Just make a
Which is
tiny
not.
Floon.
He's like 6'1".
Not unless you like. Can I make an illusion of Fluin just kind of curled in the fetal position on the ground?
I mean, if you wanted to, I guess.
Yes.
That does fit within a 5-foot square.
All right.
Ugh.
Okay. You create a tiny illusion of Floon lying on the floor.
Yes. That will
Okay,
definitely
done
help.
deal.
Then Flute's just like,
Can I start scooting us out of the window? I don't know why I brought her.
You feel like I don't know why you brought us in here. He for the first time talks. He goes, they sometimes came in through here or left.
Oh, why didn't you mention earlier? Oh. Yeah. Well, I'll investigate my next turn.
And then the dungeon master loses audio.
No, you didn't.
You didn't hear Denny?
Wow.
I think our internet just worked.
you're going
Well,
coming in
hold on,
and
let
out.
me just-
Yeah, now it's out for me too.
I mean, I
There
can
we
give you
go. Okay.
guidance.
I'll help you.
Friends said they sometimes came through here.
Okay, so you're gonna wait.
Didn't we
I mean,
check
I'm gonna
our
be
plan
honest.
for a key?
I'm just waiting for the intellect of ours turn to come back again, so I can try to eat somebody's brain
Oh dear.
In that case,
because it's tied up on the floor, but it's just gonna keep trying to consume your brain.
I mean, that's what it does.
So I mean, like, if you guys want to like put it in another room where it can't see you or kill, that
Oh
might be a
yeah,
good way to get us out of
toss it over
initiative.
to me. Someone toss me
Baseball
the
swing.
intellect devourer,
I'll tame it.
and I'll just
Okay.
put him behind the
Okay, so
curtain.
you remove the intellect devourer from the room, and then we can drop
Yeah.
out of initiative.
Cool.
whew, thank God.
Can I take a minute to cast Cure Wounds on Flint?
I think Buster needs it a lot too, right? No, not Buster.
Can you
First.
cast your wounds as a ritual?
I can cast. I think I can cast any of my spells as a ritual as long as they're in my wheelhouse.
It has to be marked as like a ritual spell unless you got like a cool thing to let you do that.
I have ritual casting. Oh wait, I have to have the ritual. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, it
Sorry.
has to have the ritual like thing on it.
Okay, sorry about that. I was not sure.
So you're just sweeping the area with detect magic, Layla. Do you want to go back down to the main room?
Can I
Everybody
check
else is?
our dead friend to see if he has
Yeah.
a key to the manacles?
He does. Yeah, he definitely does.
Then let's do that instead of having.
No.
So you unlock Rainier, or you unlock Floon, and he begins rubbing his wrist, and he sort of smiles and nods. In the room that the intellect devourer is currently in, behind the curtain, on the other side of that, there is something magical.
Hmm.
If you go in there, there's a fucking intellect devourer.
That was the magic thing.
Wait. Okay, can I go in there and see if he's the magical thing?
Uh-oh.
It's further into the room. It's up against the back wall here.
Okay,
But if you go into that room,
I know.
there's an intellect devourer that's gonna try to devour your intellect.
Yeah, can I just smash it? I don't know.
Just
don't let Buster hear you.
Okay, yeah.
Quietly.
Go ahead and take your attack on it. You have advantage because it's restrained.
Oh man, it's restrained. Can I just ignore
It's
it?
tied up. Yeah, you can just ignore it.
I'm gonna
Like, you
ignore
go
it
in
and
there.
get the thing.
Okay. Well, you feel the clawing sensation in the back of your head, and I need you to make an intelligence save.
Okay. Sorry guys, I'm gonna die. Tell him the same normal roll. Oh no, I'm okay.
Okay, you're fine. So you feel it like clawing around, like trying to work its way psychically into your mind. but you shove it out of your mind and begin examining the wall. There's not an object in here; it's the wall itself.
Okay. The wall itself. Hold on.
Can I pull out a stick of incense from my priest pack and touch the wall with it?
What does that? What does that do? Are you doing a thing? Or are you just
She's
doing that?
making
Yeah,
sure
I'm
it's not
sticking.
Gonna, like, eat her.
Yeah, I've played too much Tomb of Annihilation. I don't want to get my arm chopped off.
Nothing happens when you touch the wall.
Okay, can I investigate the wall?
If you spend another turn in here with this intellect devour, it's going to continue to try to devour your intellect.
Okay, can I just smash it with a hammer?
Yeah, go ahead.
But first, you have to turn it into a flea.
A harmless flea.
There we go.
You have advantage because it's restrained.
Oh, thank God.
21 will hit for 2 points of damage. Okay. And then it devours intellect at you, so I need you to make another saving throw. We can do this all night, guys.
All night long.
Oh, no.
Okay, you're okay.
Oh.
But you don't seem to have hurt it much. Like you hit its like spongy body, and like your mace like bounces off. I mean, you guys can hear Layla in there like banging around.
Layla, do you need
Sacred
help?
Flame.
Do you need?
I'm gonna come stand here and start shooting it to help.
It automatically fails the dex save, so it takes 3.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can see Layla in there just throwing fire at this thing on the ground and like clutching at her head.
Cleanse it with fire.
Like,
I will let the other two go ahead and yeah, do the stabby shooties if they want.
What's going on in there?
You stab first, and then I'll start shooting.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead, Chris. 17. You have advantage, so roll 4 times.
Oh.
I'll roll once more with the advantage thing on.
Yeah.
Whatever's more convenient for you.
That was.
Okay, so you hit both times, so roll damage twice.
The boot.
6. So 12. Okay, it's still thrashing around.
How much HP does this thing have?
It's oozing goo out of the side of its body. And so, Kimbo, you can still hear it in there thrashing around. And you hear Chris stabbing it, and she's like yelling at it, like, why won't it die?
I'm gonna come over, stand over here, and give it a shot to the face.
Just look around the corner and shoot at it. Go ahead. You have advantage because it's restrained.
Because you had a bad day.
Very bad day for this little guy.
He's trying to eat my brain.
He didn't get a bite of anyone's brain.
No.
All
All he wants to do is eat your brain.
So, me do the damage.
So you just click on light crossbow in the chat.
That's right.
Oh, and if you guys want baklava,
Alright.
It's still alive, so let's roll a d3 and see whose brain it tries to devour.
No, you guys, what are you doing?
What?
is it I would
Just kick it into another room.
Oh.
Yeah, kick it like.
That's why I got a cookie.
I bet somehow it's Tendalips.
Somehow it's Tendalos in another realm.
You just heard the tingling
Okay.
from far away. He just got
I didn't
ASMR,
roll.
he doesn't know why.
1d3. There it goes. A 2. So 2 is Chris. So Chris, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Good.
Little You guys could kick it off the balcony and
But then he go try to eat.
Okay, you're okay. You feel it clawing around in the back of your brain, but you're
This poor
okay.
thing doesn't have enough.
It has 1 hit point left, so I'm just gonna say we finish it off at this point.
Okay. I just
Oh, wait,
stabbed
man.
it.
So it finally stops its thrashing, and the high pitched like whining noise that you'll kind of feel in the back of your skull fades. Um,
Gosh.
and then, Leona, would you like to continue examining this wall?
No. Alright, it's not answering. Yeah. Let me look at this wall.
What's going
Okay,
on in here?
make an investigation check, I guess.
Did you say let me lick this wall? I wouldn't suggest that, whatever that idea was.
Perception.
Investigation.
I can't remember.
Can I help?
You're investigating the wall. Yeah, you can have advantage if Kimbo helps.
Yeah.
Okay. Try again.
Okay, 15. You have to clear some of the like dirt and grime off the wall to see it, but there are little like arcane symbols carved into the wall. They're tiny and well hidden, and it almost seems like the goo that was over the wall was put there to prevent it from being easily seen. I'm gonna make.
Hey, one of you guys that likes the book learnings and the smarts here. There's something magical behind this here magic wall. I think. Probably.
Kelric will
I don't know.
slowly stick his head around the corner.
You want to give her a look-see? Wanna take a sneaky peek? I'll look it out of the way. It's over here.
I mean, you don't. Thank you. I was like, where am I going?
It's over here. She's just like hopping up and down. It's over here.
You don't have to. I could just look over you. You're kind of.
I mean, there's a bunch of us.
It's over here.
I'm taller than.
Yeah. I mean,
really
it's
just reach
cramped.
over the shoulder.
It's just cramped in here. All I'm saying.
Okay. I'm gonna give myself guidance because I can do that.
You can't do that. You should abuse the fuck out of that cantrip.
Oh, I forgot. I'm bad cleric, guys.
Yeah, so go ahead and make your.
That Kelric starts casting guidance, and you're just like, "Fuck! I could have done that."
Oh yeah.
So go ahead and make your Arcana check, Kelric.
Yay!
Yay.
That'd be a
What do you
22,
get?
sir.
I'm not.
22.
It's a natural
Did you
20.
do your D4?
No.
Okay. It's a permanent arcane gate spell, which means it's a door. It teleports you somewhere. You can't tell where just based on the way it's designed, but you can tell that there's something that locks it. Basically, there's an object that you need in order to pass through it.
I'm gonna throw the books at it.
It hits the wall and then hits the floor, and then Rainier kind of looks around the corner and he's like, "What? Perhaps we should check maybe some of the other rooms. I hear that dungeons have treasure. That's how that works, right?"
Kelric's gonna look down at the book and be like, "What?
I don't want it. You can have it.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Why not?
Kelric will pick up the book because that's weird that she threw a book at it. What
I'm
is
a
this book?
man. I'm 100% man. Don't call me a woman.
I didn't want to assume your gender. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I will look at the book to see what I can see.
Okay. It's a spell book. I'll just use your previous Arcana roll.
Okay, I guess. Because I'm on a roll.
Did I close? I closed his character sheet. It only has prestidigitation, firebolt, mending, burning hands, and shield. Those are the only spells in it.
Can druids learn spells from other?
No, it's arcane spellcasting, and you like draw energy up from the earth. Very different thing.
I will return the book to its owner, even if its owner is dead.
Why are you doing that?
Because it's important to respect those who have passed.
Yeah, but
I pick it up.
Killed him. How are we respecting someone who... That doesn't make any sense.
Wizard spellbooks are like closely guarded things They're
Yeah,
very
you can totally sell it.
I give the
They're
book to
worth
the
a lot of
warlock.
I would like to look at it because I've got a pretty good religion or arcana. Can I decipher the secret
To life.
the existence and everything?
No, that's it. It's a spell book. It has those 5 spells in it.
Oh, okay.
Also, Jen,
Yeah,
you
there's no
literally just
secrets.
threw the book at a wall and was planning on ditching it. You can't get on my.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense because I'm not being respectful, and you're arguing that we should be respectful.
No, you asked me why I left it, which is I took my reason.
I'm gonna slip it under my hat.
He's a dead man. He can't use it.
Yeah.
The hat wiggles a little bit of its own accord. And it
Can I
stops.
check that piece of paper in my pocket and see if it still
What?
moves?
Why is your hat wiggling?
What hat?
Oh, the world.
one on your head.
I don't have hat.
Chase?
I'm just gonna reach out.
Is that piece of
He
paper
moves
that I
back.
picked up earlier?
And Rainier goes, oh, yes, calling that a hat would be a bit of a stretch. It is a thing on his head.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But it is a hat.
I don't know what you are talking about. He starts sweating.
But you just grabbed it.
Grab what?
Did you just not want us to look under your hat?
What hat? Oh, look, there is something over here.
You just turned to face like an empty wall.
Yeah,
It's like
he
that.
Yes.
I mean, if you, it's no. Okay.
Is there anything up
I
here,
give up
by
this
the
line
way?
of questioning.
I don't know. Books are worth money. Take the book. Can I pick the
Yeah,
guy's
I think
pockets?
it's worth money.
Yeah, roll a d6.
Sweet.
Is there anything up here?
Isn't there another door?
There's a set of double doors.
Yeah, like to the left.
Right now. And then I'm trying to. I lost my thing for the room here. There it is. And you want to know if there's anything up at by the chair
Yeah.
that Creepy McCreepertons was sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Floon?
Yeah, you can make like an
I'm still
investigation.
trying to look in here.
You get 3 copper.
So, like, Curtis has been trying to investigate the room that Floon was curious about.
Did I find anything in there?
Oh, I didn't do
The room behind the other curtain is just another sleeping chamber.
Can we open this door on the left?
Yep. Boop.
Oh wow, there's a lot going on in there. I don't know if I want to walk first, but I guess I'm gonna walk first. Okay.
And I forget what room this is.
There's a big thing. There's like a pole in the middle.
Does anybody?
Yeah, there's a pillar in the center of the room.
Does anybody need to take a short rest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you could take a short rest.
Can I go to that sleeping room and just pass out?
And just sleep? Yeah, if you want.
I think I've lost my character stuck on the wall.
In the middle of this otherwise empty room is a stone pillar carved with a small symbol. A perfect circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating outward from its circumference. In the middle of the circle is a smaller circle indention that bears the passing resemblance to a lidless eye.
Is this the symbol that Uzi's character was looking at last time?
Yeah, you've also seen it tattooed on a few people.
Promise. So the room that Floon was interested in doesn't have any escape to it?
I don't know if we ever rolled an investigation check for that room.
No.
Jenny did.
I did.
Oh, did she?
Like 30 minutes ago.
I just never saw it. Yeah, there's a secret door in that room.
Alright. Okay. I got a 16. I don't know if that finds it.
Yeah. It's right here. It's not overly well hidden, and it's just it's a small. Let me drag these out of the way. Boop. It's just a small tunnel that leads back to the main tunnel that you came in through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good to know that that's there.
Want to get?
Excuse me, friends. I think I found our way out.
Did we want to get
Secret
further
way out?
in
I'm
your
gonna go
house?
take a nap.
It's out.
Secret door.
Unless
Secret
we're going
door.
home. Are we going?
I'm going home. I got phone.
Can I go talk to that guy that I have tied up?
It might be wise to go.
Yeah, you just left him in that other room tied up.
I would like to go back over there. Yeah, I'd like to go back over there and ask him, like how often people come by, and if he'll be real nice, I'll untie him, but he has to sit there for at least an hour.
You ask him how often people come by. Is Grimshaw dead then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I assume because you're here and he's not. Well, if Grimshaw's dead and Kevik over there's dead, and well, I think I'm the only one left unless you left the goblins alive too.
Nope.
Okay then.
Well, then until the Xanathar decides to move back into this area, it's going to be empty for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, point taken. So, I'll untie you, but you should just hang out here for a couple hours and then you can leave.
So you're not going to like interrogate or kill me anymore.
No, we
Like
got
what?
the guy. And
Do you take special requests?
that's all we needed. So, if you don't want to die particularly, then we don't have to go there.
All right then. Well, just so you know, the Xanathar doesn't take kindly to people messing in their business. But you seem like a tough lot. Maybe I come by. Can I find you later? I might have work.
Like, as
Okay.
you're gonna kill us?
No, like
Sure. That sounds good.
No, like you killed a bunch of us, so it might be worth hiring you.
Oh, cool.
Is
Well-
that how job works?
I have a job.
That seems good. All right, we'll come back to you if
That's
we
how we join
need
the
some more work.
mob.
And yeah, because we don't know how long this money bags is gonna run out. So, when the well's dry, we'll be coming back.
Oh, all right then. Well, I'll wait here
All right, have a good one. I untie him
and leave. He just kind of sits up against the wall, like a little terrified and confused.
That's how
Sweet.
I like them.
Was he cute?
So,
Damn it.
no, he's the guy who had his head shaved with eye tattoos all over him and he's
yeah.
missing teeth and shit.
Yeah. Oh well. All right.
So you guys want to just like wait like an hour, or are you guys like done here and you're just gonna head back to the yawning portal to give food?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
taking
heading
him
back. Yeah, we're going straight back.
Wait, so was there anything else in this room?
There's all kinds of stuff that way.
There's doors.
Yeah.
But Floon might get eaten.
He's fine.
Some of them lead back to more sleeping chambers. You can tell by the stink that these are where the goblins had been sleeping.
Oh,
Ew.
okay.
And
There's not much value.
this one leads to like a dead-end passage with peepholes that let you watch people go up and down that tunnel. But the goblins were asleep. And this is the one where that goblin was standing guard.
Oh, okay. That's how you get this. Well, neat. Guess that's that.
We found the Floon.
Yeah, I'm making my way.
Yeah, let's go.
Fucking best. I can't move him though.
Mm-hmm.
Nope,
Oh,
we
you?
can't. We can't move them.
Oh, you're way over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. ready to go.
I have to say, I'm a little surprised that you guys took the body.
What? Which one?
Yeah, I'm sure they have nothing. We already took his book.
Yeah.
I think that's all he had.
So you guys head back to the yawning portal, and you do find Flume there. Or not Flume, sorry. You already have
I
Flume.
mean, we
You
also
find
found
Bolo
food
there.
but-
There's another Flume. Flume Blackmire.
Yay!
It's a clone! Kill it!
Flumes everywhere. So you find Volo there drinking alone. You can see him sort of anxiously working at the glass of wine he has in his hands. When you come in, he peeks up, and when Flume comes in, you see a big smile go across his face, and he gets up against the off his bar stool and rumbles over and hugs Flume, and Flume hugs him back, and the two of them smile. And Rainier says, "Oh yes, a delightful reunion. I'm glad to have reunited all of you." And Volo looks at Rainier and is like, "Hey, I remember the bad Italian accent I was doing for Volo. Volo something like that." He looks at it, he goes, "Rainier, hey, were you involved in this? Is this what you're doing then?" That's not right. Get to me, Volo Fontana. There it is. It's me, Mario. And Rainier is like, "Oh, devil me. I believe they might have mistaken him for me or me for him. It's all been quite confusing, Volo. But please, drinks on me this evening. How about that? Although, I need to go bathe first, so I will be return in an hour." He pieces out. Volo approaches the rest of you and nods, and he's like, "A job well done, then. You have returned to me, my friend the Floon. I greatly appreciate this. Please come and sit, and we can discuss your payment."
Yay.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, money.
We have to talk about that house you owe us.
He sort of looks down at the ground when you said, and he goes, "Well, I have to confess that you see the sale of the house, it fell through. But never let it be said that the Volo reneges on the promise. If I cannot sell the house, I'll give you the money." And he reaches into his like Indiana Jones style bag and pulls out a long like scroll tube, and like just holds it out to the group of you.
Do I look like a real estate agent? No, I'm not.
You don't understand. This is the deed to the most remarkable property in Waterdeep. We'll need the magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership, but I'll arrange a meeting in the morning. Somebody will come down, we send some paperwork, and this becomes your property. It's quite large.
Yeah, but I wanted money, though.
I'll take it.
It might,
Grab the
it might
thing.
be nice to have a place to stay there.
Retired. We got a house now.
I just camp outside.
Right, he's retired.
He says, "I simply don't have the time to finish the sale, and the man who wanted to buy it initially backed out, and hey, the real estate is terrible. But you could take the house, you could sell it for much more than I owe you."
Ah, yes. I'm sure it'll be fine, even if it's a fixer-upper. I'd love to take it off your hands.
Okay, he hands you the scroll tube.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Volo.
I wanted money.
Well, in the morning, we have to go to the magistrate's office so that I can assign the deed over to you. It costs 25 gold pieces to finish it, but and Flume just like waves his hand at him, like and he's like, "Oh, a Flume will pay it for it," he says.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Thanks, Floon.
Thank you, Floon. It's Floon.
And he just kind of nods and smiles.
If you want me to fix up anything later, let me know. I have to get my spell slots back, but
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be drinking a bunch of you just
Yeah.
back on the sewers.
Volo's like,
Might need to take a
tonight you should celebrate. A drink, be merry. In the morning, I come and collect you. Anybody who wants to be on the deed for the house, you come with me. We'll go to the magistrate.
House.
Oh, I'd love a nice house.
It is quite large.
And
It used to have a tap room in the main floor. It's a big place.
Does it have a good, like a decent sized like land that it sits on? A plot of land that it sits on?
He shakes his head. No, sorry. It's a Waterdeep. Everything's a little close together.
Gross.
It's like New York
I don't
City.
care.
Downtown Manhattan.
But
Seen
I
it
show
yet,
you
but
in the
maybe
morning.
this is pretty wrong.
Come, I'm going to take a fluent home and let it get cleaned up. I come and meet you in the morning.
Okay, I'm gonna
in that
excuse
one
myself. Go bathe. I'm stinky.
You
Well,
probably have to
I
grab.
guess we'll.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Needs a
If
bath
you-
too.
I'm gonna saunter up to the bar.
Yeah, Jagger's at the bar.
Oh wait, am I still dirty?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you're covered in shit.
Oh yeah,
We
no.
just came out of the sewer.
No, she's not, because I carried her across that section.
Oh.
Still stink.
Did you carry her back out?
Probably. If she had the same
Oh,
reaction
well.
she did the first time.
Then you're the only one that's not covered in shit, but you still have been in the sewer for a while.
Yeah.
The smell gets into your skin, you know?
I would like to go up to the bar, ask for a room, some hot water for a bath, and I would like the Beluskin Dark, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Durnan, yeah, he'll give you the rooms and he slides the drink across it. And Yager looks over at you and is like, "You stank."
Oh, honey, I know. I had a hell of a day in the
What the hell
sewer.
you been up to?
Had to go in the sewer to get a guy. Bring him back to the surface.
You do that for Volo?
Yeah.
I saw you talking to him.
Mm,
Man's a buffoon, but he's a good buffoon.
I.
He's like, Yager's like, listen, if you want work that doesn't involve going down in the shitters, and she points over at like a attractive, sort of rakish looking elven man with long, like silky hair.
Uh-oh, you said the
And she's
magic
like-
word. The A word.
She's like, you talk to Davil over there. He'll tell him Yagra sent you. He'll find you something else, something that doesn't involve smelling like shit.
Something more respectable.
She shrugs and she's like, respectable some days, but clean.
Oh hell, that's better than what I had today. So,
No.
alright, I'll talk to the man. I'm gonna go up and take a bath.
Yeah, maybe do that first.
Yeah, that's something I'm gonna do
You
solo.
should ask her if she wants to join.
No, I'm pretty sure I would offer for you to join, but I'm pretty sure that there are things that don't need to be where they are
True.
right now. So, yeah, probably. I don't know. And then I'm like, bye. And I run up the stairs.
Okay.
A little
Anybody
awkward.
else? Does anybody else want to do anything inside the inn or talk to the? Because you all kind of know people here, or do you all want to just like
I too
straight
will
go to
do
bed?
the shower power, and then I will go and sit with my drinking buddy and sit in silence and drink.
Okay. So you go, you get cleaned up, you come back down, and you sit with your drinking buddy. And it was Jar. What was that dude's name? Let me see if I can find him.
He's in the character something, right? The NPC list.
Yeah.
Jolister.
Jalaster.
Jolaster.
Let me find him. So you sit down, and he doesn't often talk to you, but when you sit down next to him, he looks over at you and he's like, "Rough day."
Rather shitty.
Sort of smile. You helped Volo?
Yeah.
He looks over. That group of adventurers you're working with, you're gonna hang out with them a bit?
So it would seem.
You the group of you seem to work well together?
More or less. More or less. That it will take getting
Be in like
to.
3 days. I might have something for you.
Oh, that's cool. In 3 days then.
He nods. Did you, I can't remember you saying you wanted to ask Rainier about meeting Klauth, but you never, I don't remember if you ever actually did.
No, but that's because I forgot. Like I forgot that Rainier knew how to. Oh wait, no, I did ask. I asked Volo about Klauth.
Yes, Volo, but I don't remember if you ever asked. I remember you said that, like, because Rainier is a noble, he might know people about banking, so I want to ask him something like that. So I want to ask him about Klauth, and then I don't remember if you ever actually had.
No, but
well, then this is me reminding you to do.
Since it wasn't that long, I have. So I'll. But he good? Are we gonna see him again?
Yeah, I mean, you could ask him about it. You can have done it, like, posthumously. You can have done it before.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay. Yeah, he is confused as to why you would want to go talk to a banker, but he does have friends that Klauth has lended money to before, so he has some connections, and basically tells you he'll see what he can do.
Thank you.
He's like, oh, you did help rescue poor Flu, and the man's a simpleton, but he's a good person, and he didn't deserve the things that happened to him, and anything I can do to help you out, you just come talk to me. And if you ever want to go to a fancy party,
I would not fit in, but thanks. It was nice meeting you, and he's gonna like offer a handshake, like
yeah,
awkwardly.
He does the like as you reach out, he does the like lady handshake thing where he just puts his hand out.
So whenever shake, my person's gonna like grab the top of it and shake it.
And he's like, oh, yes, a pleasure, I'm sure. I'm going to go change out of my trousers. And then I'll leave. Okay.
Let me help you.
You want to go help Rainier change out of his trousers?
Yeah.
Floon is very attractive too, but not like a pompous dick. Just throwing that out there. Sure, he'll take you to go help him change his trousers.
Well, I mean,
All right.
relax, didn't he?
Sure. Yeah.
Plus, she'll get another shot at him tomorrow.
Yeah, I can catch that one later. All right.
Anybody else want to talk to anybody?
After his bath, I'll bet Buster's gonna just kind of return to the pit and continue sort of staring at it grumpily.
Okay.
Is there a beholder in this bar?
Not
No,
actually,
it's just
but in this picture,
yeah.
yes.
No. Matt Mercer is the guy who runs Critical Role. Is this dude sitting at the table right here?
Aww.
It's just famous stuff.
Figurines on the table.
Yeah, it's just famous stuff from D&D. Like there's characters from like the online game. Like, did you guys watch True Blood?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I did
the
not
guy
watch
from
the
True
show,
Blood.
but I did read all the books.
Okay, so Joe Manganiello plays the sexy werewolf in that show. One of them, I'm sure there's more than one. This giant red dragonborn right here, that's his D&D character.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait.
There's a few of them. Yeah, so you're just going to stare down into the pit?
Yeah, just because
he's gonna sit like where this person's.
Because earlier, crawled out of there and he heard things coming out of it, so he's just kind of sniffing around trying to see if he can get another glimpse of an unknown thing.
Okay. Unfortunately, nothing comes out of the pit this evening.
Oh, damn it!
So the night passes on. Then you guys have your drinks. You retire to your rooms. The final night of having to make payment on them. And come morning, there's a giant dog in your lap. come the crack of morning, even inside the yawning portal, which is typically fairly cool, you can feel the heat of summer beginning to beat in as the sun rises up above the city's walls. It is getting warm out, and you can hear the hustle and bustle of the inn beginning to wind up below you. And you are sure that Volo, being an honorable man and a man of his word, is probably downstairs waiting for you.
I'm gonna go downstairs because I want to make sure I'm in on this house thing because I know I didn't start out with the return.
Me too. I would like a Lathander red to go.
Yeah,
What?
Vernon will put it in a sippy cup for you.
Aww. So if you drop it, it will spill.
He knows how frail I am in the morning.
Says, like, he puts it in a cup that has some sort of like wooden lid or something to seal it. And he's like, I call it the early morning special.
Thank you. Yeah, he knows I got like the shakes in the morning or something.
God, he winks. And then Volo is down in the tap room of the awning portal and greets you with a smile. And hello, yes. Who are you all accompanying me to the magistrate? And you all would like to be on the.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, okay. Then let us go to the magistrate's office, and we will do the paperwork. And then Floon is giving me the 20 gold pieces, and we will be off into the races. The household will be yours.
25. Did he short you?
No, he gave me the. It's fine. It's taken care of. Let's go. And he'll lead you to the castle ward, to an office, a magistrate's office. And yeah, you guys do paperwork to have the deed transferred over into your name. And once the deed is transferred over, he pulls out of his bag a big like wooden placard with like a iron key loop on it and a big ass skeleton key on the end. And he goes, he holds it out to you, and he's like, "Well, they couldn't sell the building, and I thought perhaps that he would help me learn more about the ghosts of Waterdeep. But here you go, Trollscale Manor is yours."
Whoa! Wait!
Thank
Wait.
you.
You said ghost? This
No.
house is called ghost?
And he goes, "No, who said a ghost?"
You said ghost of Waterdeep!
Oh, that's the name of a book. Yeah.
I want to take the key.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah.
No, we have a house.
We do.
Yes. First time I've been in a house and
It's not a ghost!
Well, you say that, but let me roll for Volo.
That's why I was having a hard time selling it.
I thought it was troll scale, and I was like, oh, everything's sized for trolls. No wonder he can't sell it.
Because I do have stats for good old Volo here.
Oh god. He writes fiction.
Let's see.
It's gotta be good.
Well, that's why he bought the house.
We tied.
Who has a higher record?
He's hard to read. Like, you can't outright detect a lie from him, but it's like there's something like every once in a while he just says something that you're like, maybe his accent's fake. You can't fucking figure it out.
Oh my
What are happy ghosts in this house?
And he holds the key out to you, and he goes, "Well, only one way to find out.
Yeah, sure. It's probably ghosts of my blood, too.
You got to do cocaine about it."
I'm gonna go do cooking.
Wait.
Uh,
So theoretically,
No.
we could just do that entire campaign. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that entire one
Hey.
shot again.
Do
With
they
different
have a
people.
He holds the keys out to you.
Who's better to take care of ghosts than a cleric? Thank you. I hold my key in my hand.
Yeah, he gives you the key.
Okay.
And he's like, "Well, if you need anything else from old Volo, you've been a great help. And Volo is, I will be in Waterdeep a little bit longer if anything."
It's the deed. The money got turned. But I want the money.
And he's like,
am I-
"Sell the
am
house.
I-
It's yours now."
No.
Am I able to still
House!
your book whenever it's out?
He knows. "Oh, of course. Yes. As soon as the first printing is yours, the first copy of he makes a motion like he doesn't know the word for press.
I mean, I don't know the word for press. You can't help him. I didn't even know what a newspaper was until I walked into the city.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a broadsheet here. Yeah, and he's like, well, a good day to you, and may you enjoy Trollskull Manor, and good luck. Perhaps you would reopen it as a business.
And then he walks off.
Runs away.
Trollskull Manor.
Exciting.
Yeah, he tells you like it's in a part of the city called Trollskull Alley.
Charming.
It's not in like a shitty part of the city. Actually, let's see if I can. Everybody, look for Trollskull Alley. I think it's
Yeah.
It's not too far from. It's up
it
towards
goes
the
out of
north,
PA.
I think.
I don't know.
Like
Troll March.
Delzone Street. Yeah, I found it. Do you guys see where it says Northward in big letters?
Yeah.
If you follow the high road up north, and then there's Delzone Street to the right. And I will put it on the map layer. Boop. Scroll down, love. There you go.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
The USB ports are finicky.
Yeah. Because it's
So that is Trollskull Alley, and that is where it is. See, you can catch a pedicab to head over there. You guys could just walk. It's probably about a half-hour walk.
I want to walk down the street of the singing dolphin and look for the singing dolphins.
Oh.
You want to walk down the street? What?
The street of the singing dolphin.
Okay.
It looks like
In the
a
middle of
street.
the street, the street splits in two and goes around a giant fountain, and it's three dolphins leaping up out of the water, and there's water coming out of their spouts, like on their backs. Dolphins have spouts. Did I just get that wrong?
They have,
No, they have them.
yeah, they have like little.
They have 'em?
blowhole.
Okay.
Yeah, blowhole.
That's what I thought. Yeah, the water coming out of the blowholes, and the water makes like a pleasant, like almost like a whistling noise. So there's your singing dolphins. Sorry, that's me.
There's a street called Ignorance
Gotta
and
finish it
Bliss,
Yay.
and they meet, so
Oh.
ignorance is bliss.
Good.
You cruise
Yay.
down Delzune Street back to Trollskull Alley, and you turn down the alley, and it's a nice part of town. Like the streets are swept and well kept. There's various businesses dotted about. There's a place pretty much directly next door to where you've been directed. Like Vola would tell you to just go next door to the Bent Nail. The Bent Nail will be your neighbors. And the Bent Nail there's just a big wooden sign out front with a giant nail shoved in it. It's bent. But you can see in the window, like the big open windows, like handcrafted, very fine looking furniture. So the street itself is very nice. The house has seen better days. Let me put you guys on the map of the alley.
Then he drew a nice little house.
Where is it?
Yep.
You might zoom in a little.
It's on the northeast corner.
It's too late. You're on a new map.
Oh god!
You guys can see this whole
visible!
map, right?
The whole place is visible.
It's dark.
Oh,
It's dark. I'm just going to turn dynamic lighting off on the street for
I
now.
can't see anything yet, but
Hang on.
It's like a goosebumps thing.
Let me just boop. Boop. So you should be able to see the whole map now.
Nope.
no.
Yep, I can.
Cat
One person.
Dynamic lighting is turned off. Refresh it for me, Suze.
oh, that means everybody's gonna go away.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Which house is it?
No, I'm trying to see if it'll load for Susie. There it goes. It is this big mamma jamma right here.
I don't see it.
Susie had to refresh.
To reconnect after you said reconnect. Oh wait,
It's
now
this house right here.
yeah, all I see is black,
Ah,
but
here we
I do
go.
see a
It has
weird
a gazebo.
It's coming through.
thing.
It has a turret. So let me find the description of the house. Also, we're going to level up right after this.
Ours is still loading.
Exciting.
There we go.
Okay.
I wonder, do I have like a handout for this? No, that would be too cool.
That'd be too easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
It's not that whole thing. It's just the section on the left.
The little
So yeah, Troll Skull Manor. It's a big like hulking room. The gazebo, as you guys are calling it, it's a tower. It's a turret. It's 4 stories tall. The rest of the structure is 2 or 3 stories, but the turret rises up above it. You can see the windows are there. The roof tiles are a bit rough. They're like the roofing needs replaced. The front gate is hanging a little askew, but the area directly in front of it is gated off. And you can see above the door where you still can't see. You should be able to see. What if I throw your token on here?
That would probably do it.
I wonder if that would make it, yeah.
It probably has to do with like the lighting, the way
Well, the lighting's turned off.
Or something. All of it?
Yeah, I just turned it completely off.
Yeah, I see.
Do you
So
have
you should be able to see the whole
global
map.
illumination on?
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't matter because the lighting's turned off.
Yeah. I zoomed in and out.
It's just a sketch of a street, so it's not that
I'll
huge
look
of a
with
deal.
somebody else's computer.
Yeah, it's turned. Everything's turned completely off.
I'm sorry. Ooh, oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, Susie
Okay.
outlined it in purple.
We're all right.
You can
Was
see
it the whole thing or
hanging
just that
above
top
the.
section?
It's the part that Susie has outlined in purple.
That was me, and I'm asking.
Oh,
Is it the whole
I'm
thing
sorry.
or is it just that top
That's
section?
it. It's that whole part that you have outlined.
Okay.
So yeah, it has this massive turret, and you can see above the door there's like an iron bar that sticks out where a sign used to hang, but there's no longer a sign. And it has a huge set of like double doors. And the first floor, it seems pretty big. It's a large area. One of the windows is broken out. The front gate's a little askew. And it sort of looms over the street a little darker than the other houses. But it is not. It's a big house. It's probably the biggest house on the street.
I'd like to detect some magic.
Yeah, you within 30 feet of the entrance.
Yeah, I'm like on the doorstep.
You don't detect any magic.
This is a big house.
This house seems legit to me.
There's like no green space though. I kind of hate it.
There's like one area of the city that has green space, and it's the cemetery.
I'm gonna go live in the cemetery, you guys.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's dangerous at night.
That's probably fine.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, well, I want to head
Yeah.
inside the house. I want to check this out.
I guess I'll go look at it.
Color of the
Since
shutters.
my name is on the deed.
The 3 or 4 of them had fallen off the windows, and the paint has peeled away to the point that you can't tell.
Oh my god.
They may have been blue at one point, but they're not any longer.
This is a shack.
House with a blue window.
I love shack.
So you guys want to head inside? I heard at
I
least one
mean,
person.
it wasn't before.
Get to stomp around.
Can I check for traps?
Yeah, make a perception check, and I'll put you guys on the manor map here in a second.
Woohoo! I feel like I have been here in a past life.
Don't worry,
A
you
higher
haven't.
level life.
Definitely not trap.
So let me throw all of you guys onto the Troll Skull Manor map.
Gotta pay the troll skull.
The troll skull. You want to get in the troll hole.
So it's all kind of on one map, but boop. So this is the front door right here.
I can see now.
Okay.
Aha.
Oh, and yeah, that's the front door.
This is our beautiful house.
Wait, that's not the front door. I put you guys on the wrong side of the map.
We broke in.
You just walk
Except it's
around the
our
front
house,
side of the house.
Right here? This lovely staircases?
Yeah, where Kelric is. I started trying to shuffle people over there. Stop moving. A little awkward to do this on my laptop, but it's working.
Do we just all need to move to the bottom left side of the screen? Or of the map?
Kinda. But here, let me grab the rest of you. There you go.
Oh.
Chris, I think I just threw you completely off the map.
You might have.
I did.
No
That's
longer
okay.
in this plane of existence.
Yeah.
You were like, screw this and point to the cemetery.
Whoop. There you go.
It's Harry now. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you come up to the front door. It's a little rickety. It's not trapped.
So, bless this home.
Chris climbs in through a window.
And I would like
Yeah.
to light.
Yeah, and burning the sage. Yeah, Chris just opens up one of the windows and climbs in.
Yeah.
We have a front door key.
I just leave the window open and I
Front door opens up.
Inside.
So the first room here, this used to be a bar, apparently. Yeah, there's a bar in the center of the room. There's a hatch behind it. You can see what looks like a pantry around the corner, and a kitchen back behind that. The tables are old and worn. There's a giant hearth set in the middle of the place. I should also mention this place has 5 chimneys. And then back in this era, like the number of chimneys you had was a good measure of wealth. This house has the most chimneys on the block.
Wow.
The tables, the furniture is old. A few rats skitter out as you guys come into the room. Yeah, but this is just the first floor, and there's a hatch that leads down behind the bar, and then a set of stairs that go up. This was probably like a living area at some point. It's been remodeled into a bar.
Weird.
Can I check? I just want to cast the light up. And see.
Yeah.
Some birds, when you light it out, you hear birds flutter out of it. You can see a nest built up in there, but you can see all the way up toward the top.
So it looks clear. Looks okay.
Yeah, I believe 2 people wanted to go down into the basement.
Yeah.
That's where the best stuff
Let me
is.
move you guys down there.
They've become basement dwellers.
We were always basement dwellers.
So it opens into a set of narrow stairs that leads down. There's a cellar with old casks of ale that have probably long since gone off, and then another cellar chamber off of that was probably used to store wine. You can see the racks, and those are still in pretty good condition.
There's wine in the wine racks?
There's a couple bottles.
Sweet. I grab a bottle.
Yeah, you pop it open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it immediately the smell of vinegar fills the room.
Oh,
Gosh darn it.
Damn it.
Work it.
Well, at least now you can make a really nice salad dressing.
Call it fancy aged vinegar.
We can reopen the bar and we can make it a salad bar.
Where was this bird nest section?
It sounds real weird.
It was in the chimney.
Like the fanciest house on the fanciest derelict house on the block.
Was there anything in that?
Yeah.
You guys are
It's
gonna
not
gentrify
salad
the
bar
area.
where you go through and make your own salad. It's
Oh, no,
where you
what
go
have we
up to the
done?
bar
Oh.
and you tell us what type of salad you want.
Like Freebirds,
And-
but the salad.
Yeah, and we just pull it out from under the counter, toss it a bit. There you go. Salad.
No, nothing on it.
Jennifer, there's restaurants all over Houston that do that.
Yeah,
They're mostly
that have
like
like
salad.
salad under their bar.
Hand me those chips.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the concept for this restaurant. Is
I
that
don't like salad.
we will have salad under the bar when you come up.
So you guys are having
and
this
drink.
this discussion as you come back up from the basement.
Yeah.
Kelrick is actually just sitting at the bar.
Would you like a salad?
Would you like a glass of vinegar?
I think Layla's probably behind the bar, acting like a bartender, wiping off the bar with a really nasty rag.
Get out of the house.
Well, it's our house now.
Is the floor real dirty, or like, is there a lot of work that needs to be done?
Yeah, it's dusty, it's dirty, the furniture probably needs to be replaced. And this is just the first floor.
Okay.
There's
Do
two-
most
at least two
houses
floors
come with
above.
furniture?
It depends.
Do y'all want to go upstairs?
If it has
I'm heading
furniture
for
still
this
in
tower.
it, that means someone probably
Oh, wait, there's a
died.
door over here.
This.
It
Oh,
just goes
You want to
outside.
head up the stairs to try to look for the top of the tower? The
Yeah,
turret?
Layla's gonna run upstairs to look at the bedrooms because she wants to pick the best one.
Okay.
See this one door at the end of the hallway.
It's red.
This is the next floor. There's a door. Is there dynamic lighting stuff set up here? Yeah. Let me just get this out of the way.
I think you're outside, Denny.
Oh, there was a door over here.
You are outside.
Oh.
That's a window, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Through the window.
I mean, that's the best way to get anywhere is just go through the window.
There you go. So, Susie, when you go upstairs, there's another set of stairs. It opens up into a hall with a broad window at the end. And there's another set of stairs that go up to another floor. And then you open that door, the one you're standing in front of right now. You open that door. Does everybody want to go upstairs? Can I just move you
Yes.
all up there?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, I guess so.
Oh, you're so far down here. Okay. Who am I missing?
Me.
Who's not upstairs? I can't see you. You're hiding.
Me. I'm not hiding. I was right next to Kimbo. You just didn't grab me.
You're behind
I put myself next to the bar now.
there, that'll work. Whoop. Yeah. So the door to the north that you open up is like it looks like it was probably used as a common room or like a sitting chamber. It's a big room, but it opens up. There's a large window. There's another fireplace at the back of the room. Another door that leads to another room, and then some old, long rotted furniture, like some overstuffed chairs that have gone moldy.
Is this a bedroom?
It probably wasn't intended as a bedroom, but it certainly could be used as one. It's like a living room, basically.
Okay. It just has a balcony, so that's cool.
Oh,
What is
did I
this
walk
round
out the
thing?
window? I think I'm just in the
You did, but you
place
can just
now.
walk right back in it. Yeah, you live outside now.
Yep.
Round thingy.
Oh, the room you're in right now,
Yeah.
Timbo. that
We're
that
outdoor
is
friends.
it's like a small bedroom.
Okay.
I like this room.
I'm just climbing in and out of all of the windows in this house.
I like
That's
this room.
fine. I'm just gonna keep opening doors up for you guys.
I guess this one is also a bedroom.
That is a bedroom. That is
Yeah.
specifically
that looks
designed
like
to be a
fireplace.
bedroom.
Oh, this is the other side of the fireplace. Okay.
That is a fireplace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, these people like fire.
All right, I'm headed up.
I like this room. It's small, functional.
What?
Hot. It's hot and cold. There's the balcony outside.
Oh, there's a balcony.
I like this room standing outside.
Ooh, what's this room? Is this a bedroom? Is this like the master bedroom or something?
This is the room that I kept saying, I like this room. I like this room because it's got all
That so in the middle, like right where Kelric is standing, is part of the turret, and there's bay windows. Like windows pretty much arc all the way across it. And when you look out of it, you can see across the street, across the entrance to the alley next to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a room, there's a building that's 3 stories, smaller than the manor you've inherited, but the whole top floor is glass. And inside of it, you can see it's just clustered with plants.
Oh. I want to live over there.
But this looks like it was probably used as like a den or an office before.
Do you think they'll trade? You think they'll trade with us? Trade houses?
Mm-hmm. This is like the pen thing. You're just gonna work your way up to having the nicest house.
Yeah.
I'm going up again.
It feels like in a big circle.
Did you explore this floor?
Yeah. There's a little
room. So the room to the south is what looks like a master bedroom. It's the largest bedroom.
Oh,
and
well,
it
then I want
has
this
its
one.
own private bath.
Oh yeah, this one's mine.
So this room attached to it off to the right, that is a private bath.
Okay, sweet. Then yeah, I think I'm good here.
There's also a library on this floor, though the books have long since rotted off, and a privy. Just basically a pooping closet.
Oh, like a walk-in closet.
Pooping.
Can you put me upstairs too? I would also like to look. I've only freaking left.
I like how Jessica. God, there's too many J and K names in this world. Just
You
wrote
can call me
their
Jimbo.
name. Jimbo Slice. So there's 3 bathrooms on this top floor. 2 of them are just privies, just small like bathrooms. I'm gonna stop moving the doors around. You guys can just walk through them. 2 like small like pooping closets. I'm gonna call them, and then there's a private bath attached to the master bedroom that Layla seems to have claimed. You guys run around like little kids, I assume.
I mean, we want to look at everything.
So,
And then
I've got a
where did
pooping
these
balcony,
stairs
so I don't
go?
need a pooping closet.
let me.
Out the window.
So now that we've mostly explored the place, let me go
Just,
ahead
like, put a toilet
and
seat up top.
just turn on global illumination.
That would be super cool.
Okay. What stairs are you asking about, Chris? There's at the back. There's a set of winding like wrought iron stairs that go from the bottom floor, and it has a door on each of the 3 floors, so you can come up.
Oh, so it's like a fire escape.
Kind of, yeah, but it's a heavy like ornate staircase.
Oh, okay. Cool. The big fancy fire escape.
And once you claim this room, Layla, do you want to explore the attic?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay,
Your room
there's the
leads
attic.
to the attic?
No, there's just another set of stairs that go up.
Oh, it's another
And
room.
then in the attic, in that room, which looks like it used to be, yeah, that one, Kimbo. That's the attic storage. In that room, it looks like it used to be used for storage. And there's like another, what's it called? Like when you have an attic space with the like thing in the ceiling. You know what I'm talking about? There's like a hatch in the ceiling.
Okay.
And if you flip open the hatch, it goes to the peak of the turret,
Oh, cool.
which is
I
pretty
want that.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool room. And then north is another room with a fireplace.
Yep, that's another bedroom, it looks like. Probably like used as servants' chambers.
Okay.
Where is Buster?
Where am I?
I don't know where the fuck you went. Oh, I found you.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put you in the attic, like turret peak.
Okay, thanks.
It's about yay big.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Size.
He claims that as his room.
Does that mean that to get out of the house, he has to go through Layla's trip?
He has to go through that attic storage and then down the stairs,
Okay.
but not through anybody's bedroom or anything.
So you don't have to worry about him just stumbling and screeching.
Or like coming inside just to like watch you sleep here.
So how many rooms total were there?
Oh god, a shit ton.
Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Bedrooms.
1, 2, 3. Oh, dedicated bedrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. Two of which have private baths. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 12 or 13 rooms in the whole place,
Wow. It's a big place.
including the tap room downstairs in the basement.
One of these days, I've discovered how to erase.
Oh, you just select it with like the regular cursor tool.
What? You can do that?
Yeah, and then you delete it.
No.
I can't see.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, if you
You know when you guys are done
space
exploring and you
Nah.
take your room.
I'm just gonna invade your space all the time so I can look out the window.
Fine. I'll probably also make a terrace kind of thing in here because I like greenery.
Also, you're like surrounded by balcony. Really, Chris just wants the balcony.
Oops.
No, this is my balcony.
If you don't want the balconies again, we could put like a thing here, and then you could just claim that half.
Oh, I get it.
Can I go back to the second floor or first floor?
I don't know. Well,
Second floor.
I might
Third
go
floor.
with-
Whichever floor I had.
I know, whatever. Where am I going?
Sorry, I totally moved your token.
I kind of just want to live in this hallway.
That'd be like such an opportunity to make things awkward. People like walk in the hallway, like, God, you're invading my space. Get a little privacy in here.
How am I supposed to masturbate? You keep coming in this room.
You're like the hall monitor. Like, get out of here.
I mean, if you like balconies, this actually, if you want that room, I could also take this one. Where's that? I don't know where you are, so I can't.
I'm back in the.
There's also this room, which also has lots
Oh,
of
yeah.
windows. So I will drop my fork.
Oh no.
Okay.
There's also a library.
You're allowed to drop your fork.
So if you really want that room, you can have it. And I'll take this one because it also has
No,
a
I
lot
took
of
the
windows.
turret.
I just
Oh, okay.
really
Yeah, I'm
want
taking the
a lot of
basement.
windows.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we can share this room if you want or whatever.
Or whatever. We could share. There's also a library, but the books are long since like gone. So it needs furniture. It probably needs like some like the roof replaced and like painting and fixing up. So it needs some work. To make it livable, not a lot. To make it like a functioning business, probably a lot.
I think I'm gonna start like renovating like as my hobby.
Okay.
It seems like it'll be rad.
Gonna start installing
Downtime renovations.
Pretty much.
Some salad
Like we'll get home
bowls.
for the day and I'll like refloor the living room or something.
Okay.
You know. I'll do the things that I actually don't do in real life because this is a fantasy game.
Yeah, this is how you
You can just
Yeah,
say you did
because
the
here all you have to do is be like,
actually
Chase, I spend my day doing this.
It's so easy when it's just that.
I repaint my walls.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys spend some time. You spend a few hours sort of
Shopping at estate
exploring your
sales.
new environment. Do you guys want to go ahead and level up?
Sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to roll for hit points or do you want to just take average?
I'll roll. I love rolling. Rolling is fun.
See what
I don't feel like I've
And
been rolling very well.
exciting.
The average.
So for a fighter, I think the average is 6 plus your con modifier. And you guys let me know if you have any questions while else you level.
Ooh, that's pretty good. I don't know. That's fine.
Roll in the old book smell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Like,
You're a musty old book
oh my
smell.
gosh. Can you imagine for me like
Oh
a
boy.
perfume that was like
Leveling
musty
up.
old book smell?
Oh, that would be great.
So what's my die?
Can I borrow the book?
My hit die is a
Yeah.
D8. Okay.
Oh yeah, I need to borrow
So
one also.
the average for a D8 is
Well, you rolled. Or
no.
are you rolling to see what your
I
hit
was
die
seeing
was?
what my hit die was.
You
5.
didn't put 2 L's
5.
for
Okay,
your
so 5 plus my con.
roll.
Oh, this is when I get.
Fighter hit dice is a D10.
No, I don't need that. I need my little level up table. Oh, okay. Oh, I could.
Right.
Wow. Just take a. What is the average? 5?
I think it's 6 for the D10.
It's one higher, so it's if your hit dice a D10, you take 6 plus your con mod.
You're my witness.
So my con mod
Yeah.
I rolled
is I would take 8,
So-
which
Is that good?
I rolled a 5, so it would have mattered.
Oh, okay. Fighter.
Is that all I do is take hit points?
You take hit points and whatever else the book tells you.
Yeah,
There is
a whole
more.
bunch of stuff. I'm gonna look it up and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay, level 2, we get action surge.
Oh, yay.
Action surge! It's like the best fighter ability.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
really good.
You did well.
Yay! Now what do I have to
Your warlock. You can also use the information tab in Roll20 Gen.
Yeah. It might have action surge in there and you can just drag and drop it. Maybe. It sure does. That's handy.
Oh, con. Okay.
So 8 plus or whatever your con is.
Let's see. 3.
No,
Plus
come on.
9.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
That's 11.
Oh,
That's 11
Can
plus
I
11.
not? I
Nice.
guess I can't. I guess I just have to do it myself.
Yay! Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
One day. Your prince will come?
No. Okay. It's so easy to level up when you're in level 2.
You know so many spells, man.
Unless
I know,
This
it's
is
so
true.
nice from being a warlock. I need a pen.
But... Oh, pen? It fell on the ground. It's funny.
you want my martial arts guy. So I gotta start ordering people.
You okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Action surge! I demand every time one of you guys use that, that's how you say it.
Action
Okay.
surge.
Yeah, with excitement. So
Yeah,
I think Chris kind of knows how her action surge works, but for Timbo's benefit, it basically lets you take a whole nother fucking turn.
No, I read up on it. I was trying to add it like once per sleep, but I couldn't add the note. Like it wouldn't let me, so I just ended up pressing action surge.
Oh, here, I can put a
I
thing
just copied and
under
pasted
your character sheet.
the whole thing.
Oh, well, it's weird because I did it for other things where there was like flavor or explanatory text underneath, but I couldn't figure out how to add it. Anyway,
Where'd you put it?
like
Features and traits.
Well, that's where I put mine.
I'll show you what I did. So like these ones, I could put details in.
You can put details. You just put it down here.
Oh, that's what.
Blah blah.
Thank you. Oh, now I see. I didn't recognize
And
that as a
then-
typey space.
Yeah, you just have to know what it is.
And then I'll put like a counter thing so you can remember when you've used it.
Mm.
There you go. See above your features and traits where it says Action Surge 1 of 1.
I'll do that later, but Jenny, do your stuff. Okay.
Above class and feature.
To the right of your attacks,
Okay.
there's
Oh,
two
class
boxes.
features.
One
Yes,
says
yes.
class.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So when you use it, you can tick it off, and then you'll know you used it in case
Oh,
it's like
that's
between
nice.
sessions before you get to rest.
Okay.
Easy.
Cool.
So you get 2 Eldritch Invocations, and it's basically like a trick.
All right.
You got to take Mask of Many Faces. And what's the other one I took that I was super excited about? Because I've been playing a warlock and I just hit level 2. Mask of Many Faces, so you can turn into anybody. Just fucking at will, disguise self at will. And then the other one I took was the one that gives you 120 feet of dark vision because I'm a human.
I saw that. It was like Devil's Sight.
I'm like, I can see forever.
I really like. I just saw that now. I really like that. Maybe I should put that down.
Oh, there's something I wanted to do shopping wise. Can I do that today?
Yeah. Once you guys are done.
Actually, I
So
think
you
that's
have
just
a whole
my
neighborhood to
armor.
explore.
I wanted to steal your.
Oh,
We're gonna do trade fees.
yeah, but I needed money to go buy like new armor. I didn't get it.
Which you don't have
I
it yet.
wonder if I can just.
But you have there's a whole neighborhood to explore around you guys. Like you have neighbors basically, and there are other businesses around you.
Okay.
And one of them happens to be an armory.
Oh, cool.
Maybe I can get a part-time job on the weekends. We don't seem to be getting.
Whenever you're not fixing the house.
Right.
So on one side of you is the Bit Nail, it's the furniture store, and then the only other business you guys have really seen on the other side of you is the greenhouse.
Wait, so that's a business?
I mean, it's a big ass greenhouse. You'd have to go over there and kind of look, but
Do we get trash pickup here? It's a
Also
valid
good question.
If I start
No, there's
hauling
a-
shit out
what
to
is
the
it called?
curb, is it gonna stay there forever in the trash pile?
yes, no, there is trash pickup. It's like a gold piece. It's like a gold piece a month,
Okay.
and it's run by the Guild of.
Trash.
No, it's there's a name for trashmen that I can't remember. It's the Guild of that and Street Sweepers.
Okay.
Sweet.
So I have to wait till we can get a gold to pay them for the monthly service before I start throwing shit out of the house.
Yes,
Okay.
You should have starting gold.
a little bit.
It'll say on your class, or if you have a background that gives you money. I just realized that I forgot to do my background that gives me money, so all I have is my class feature for money.
Wait, so do we get starting gold even if we didn't like buy our equipment, or do we just?
If you get money from your background, you have that separately.
Oh, okay.
Like some backgrounds, like nobles start with like 10 or 15 gold pieces because they're nobles.
I think everyone starts with like
a little bit. Yeah, I think you start with a little bit.
I have 10 right now.
Yeah, I also have 10.
I wonder if I can go down to the armory and or get plate mail or chain mail or whatever.
I mean, you're gonna start making payments, do installments.
Oh, it's that expensive. Okay.
I think the armor that I want actually costs less than the armor that I own.
Can I trade
But
you?
it was like the starting character armor. It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
It was just the way the rules are.
I'm gonna set up my character sheet for putting in all my life domain stuff, even though I don't have the spell slots. I'll just let you know.
Okay.
That way I have it and I don't ever have to go back.
Just keep track of it. Did you want to go look for the armory? You could hear, like from outside the street, you could hear the sound of the hammer swinging, like the ting, ting, ting. And to a fighter's ears, that is a certain type of music.
She left. She left.
Oh, well, never mind then. She never gets the plate mail.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, let me know if you guys figure out what you want to do.
Another question.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a life domain cleric, so all my life domain spells I have prepped up to the level that I can cast. So like I only
Okay.
have first level cleric of life domain spells, but those are always prepped, right? No matter what else I decide to prep.
If they're your domain spells, you always have those in your back pocket.
Okay.
Did I miss something?
That's just a thing I know. Alright, cool.
Is Jennifer back?
Yeah, she's back.
Oh, I was asking if you wanted to go to the armory. I said you could hear the sound of the hammer on metal down the street, like ting ting, and that's like
I
music.
guess I better go at least for price.
Okay.
Unless I can convince someone to trade me and maybe. But anyway, I'll go check first. Okay. Yeah, we're going down the street. Bye, guys.
I'm listening.
Can I see that once you're done with it?
Okay.
Okay. So let me find where this place is, and then I will tell you about it. Pan view, it is. So it's if you go out of the manor and go back behind it in the alley behind it, and down the street a bit, you come to a smaller building, and the front door is shut, but there's smoke and steam like billowing out of chimneys that come out of the top of it, and you can hear somebody back toward the back of the building like hammering away. And there's a sign hanging out in the front of it. Steam billowing out of the back windows. You can see through the front windows. It's like a shop front, and there's armor and weapons and shields and all kinds of things hung on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And the sign above the door in big carved letters says Steam, and Steam is stylized to look like water, and steel, and the word steel is stylized to look like fire.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can go in.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going in.
Just stand there and look at the sign for a while.
Stand out really like a yokel for the last one. No,
Yeah, you go in and you can hear the hammering in the back, but there's the tinkle of bells, and the hammering stops for a second, and you hear a voice call out, Ave, we have customers, and then you hear a voice answer back, well, Imbric, I am doing things. I cannot just run out and tend to them. And then you hear the voice call out, well, Avi, I am working too. Can you not go out and No, Imbric, you go greet the customer this time. I did it last time. And you hear like a sigh, and you can hear the hammer get tossed down on top of the anvil, like ding, 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 ding. And a man comes out of the back, but he's got a heavy leather apron on, and his hair is like fire engine red. His skin is like a dark, like bronze color. And as he walks out, his hair kind of almost like moves, like fire moves on its own a little bit. And he's average height, very slim and slender, but obviously like just ripped, just shredded. And he's taking the apron off, and he's like, "Oh yes, I am sorry. Can I help you?" And he takes the apron off and throws it on the counter, and it slides off the counter and hits the floor. And then you hear the other voice in the back go, Imbric, did you just throw your apron on the floor again? And he's like, and then there's a pause, and he looks at you, and he's like, no, Avi. And he starts like leaning down slowly to pick up the apron. And he's like, I am sorry. My husband, he is very odd. Can I help you? What can I do for you? You look like you are in the need of fine weaponry.
Yeah, I used to be a soldier. They gave us leather armor. Our unit wasn't super well off, and I've realized that with my new profession, I need something a little stronger. Like metal.
Oh, well, if you were looking for armor, then
He looks back over his shoulder. I make the things that are sharp here, and Ave, he makes the things that are defensive. Ave! And then the other voice, what, Imbric? Ave, they want to talk about armor. They're not here for weapons. I will be right out then. Another man comes out, like you hear a grunt, like an angry sigh, and then he comes out, and this man is similar in build, but his skin is like a light, like very pale, almost creamy color, and his hair is just a shock of blue, and it's long. It goes down past his waist, and it sort of waves and wafts behind him, like ripples. He comes out and he has like that crystalline, like clear blue, like sharp colored eyes, where Imbric has like almost red tint to his eyes, like a bronze color to his eyes as well. And Avi is like, you must excuse my husband. He is quite a slob. You wish to speak to me about armor then?
Yes.
You were looking for something metal to replace the leather, probably.
Yes.
Well, he kind of looks you up and down and goes, and looking around this place, the weapons and the armor that you see and the shields and things that you see on the wall are, they're of like a very fine quality. Like the metallurgy is well done, and they're all a little embellished with symbolism of water and fire.
That's cool. It's like the Nike swoosh of their brand.
Yeah, so all the armor has like flowing, intricate like embroidery on it, and all of the weapons themselves have like sharp, like angled, like fire, like etching into the metal. And he looks you up and down and he goes, "Well, I would think anything would be an upgrade for you. This simple leather, it helps when you're not trying to make much noise or when you need to travel fast, but something heavier and a little louder might be more your style, friend."
I think so.
He goes, "But see, it depends on how you fight. Are you the kind that plants his feet and does not move, or are you the kind that needs to move about, darting, quick, in and out?" And he's like looking, you just have like the one sword, right?
I mean,
You're like a duelist.
I've got a war, and I usually duel.
Okay, so he's like, if you want to be a little more quicker, I have a very fine chain shirt, maybe 50 gold. If you want something a little heavier, we can go all the way up to plate, though that is very expensive, custom built, size 2.
I'm a man of limited means, so right now I'm just finding out how much I need to save.
Oh, well, for chain shirts, scale mail, some things like that, in your size, 50 gold, no problem. For breastplates, you're looking for something, again, custom made, maybe 400. For a full set of plate mail, that takes time. It has to be sized to you, and we do not make cheap things here. Set the plate mail in your size, probably 1,500.
I could tell that y'all make fine designs. Very nice. Well, my group and I moved down the street to the Troll Skull Manor, so we'll be your neighbors.
Oh, you are moving into the old place then? You plan to bring it back as a bar?
Haven't decided yet.
Is it an investment property?
Boy, howdy. Yes. But we'll at least try to take better care of it.
He nods. Well, I tell you what, you fix that old place up, I give you neighborly discount.
Thank you, sir.
He smiles and nods. You come back. If I find any work for you, if I hear anything, I send it your way. It's your type of work.
Please do. We have a group of 6 to 8 people, and we're looking for that kind of thing to do.
Looking for murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives you a wink. And then Embrick has gone back. He gives you a wink, and Embrick has gone back into the back, and you hear Embrick go, Ave! Ave, where did you put my big hammer? Ave's like, why would I touch your hammer, Embrick? Why?
Please,
Well,
again, you must excuse my husband.
That's all right.
And between the two of
I
them.
should have listened to my mother. And then he like starts to go back into the back.
Okay. I guess I'll head back.
Okay. And do you walk past anything cool when you head back out? Yeah, what's the other cool shop that's nearby? No, that's Troll Skull Manor. That is a cool place, but I want. Oh yeah, you have to go past the weird place with the glass top, the greenhouse, as you go by, and it is a shop. There's a sign out front, and in flowers, like grown out of the sign, like literal flowers, some sort of little, I don't know, like violets or pansies, small, some sort of very small, brightly colored flowers have been sprouted out of the sign, and it says Coryllian's Crown.
I guess I'll go take a look around.
Yeah, as soon as you open the door, you get this waft, this like heavy smell of flowers and herbs and spices. And there's a woman in there with long, like very fine pointed ears, obviously an elven woman, slight of frame, small, long, like auburn colored hair that she's pulled back into like a tight ponytail. And she turns to look at you and sort of smiles, and she has like age lines around her eyes, which being an elf means she's probably old as fuck. Because if she's showing any age, she's hundreds of years old. And she smiles at you and she says, "Oh, hello, dear. My name is Fala. Welcome to the Crown. Can I help you with something? Perhaps flowers for a love or..." And you look like an older gentleman, right? You're not a young tiefling?
No, not a whippersnapper.
Okay. Yeah, she looks you up and down and then kind of like motions her head toward your dick and is like, or perhaps something to kindle the hellfires.
Oh my god.
My goodness, you do grow all kinds of things here.
I sell everything from florals to cures.
Well, we're my group and I have just moved down the street. We'll be at the Troll Skull Manor, and if you ever want to pay us a visit, once we get the place fixed up.
You purchased that old heap from Volo, then?
Purchase is a strong word.
Hopefully he gave it away.
Yeah, well, sort of. We did some labor.
She shrugs. It's a sad old lot. No one's been able to keep it. Haunted, I hear.
By what?
She shrugs. Oh, it's just rumors, probably. And like as you say that, as she says that, Layla, you come back downstairs, and the bar, like the dirty wag that you were using to clean the bar, it's in a different place, and like the bar has been wiped clean. And then we cut back
totally clean
to Kimbo. Yep.
I think she's gonna go and move it onto a table, do like a little wipe, and then go back upstairs.
Okay, and then we cut back to Kimbo.
Have you heard any particularly interesting stories of this place being haunted?
Oh, supposedly old Leaf, the man who ran it when it was still in good shape, he still haunts the place, but it's children's tales, booga booga.
Does he booga booga, or does he just hang out?
Oh, no. I just mean it's folly. It's silly. I welcome to the neighborhood, though. Did you come in for something specific, or are you just saying hello to the neighbors?
I figured I'd be neighborly. We're still kind of...
Oh, weird. You have others. A family or friends?
No family. Just, acquaintances. We're becoming friends.
She nods and smiles. Well, send them to meet old Fala. Let them know. Potions, and she kind of looks you up and down and like, you know, eyeballs the sword. The other, like, because you're bristling with fucking weapons.
Yeah.
So she kind of looks you up and down, and it's like, adventurers, then you're in that sort of business.
Yes, ma'am.
And she
Once we
nods.
get the
You'll
the house
probably
fixed up,
have need of my services then.
mm,
Come back. I sell potions of all types and use.
well, once we get the house fixed, we'd love to have you come and see the place.
Oh, yes. And if you plan on sprucing it up a bit, perhaps I could interest you in a nice ficus. It has lovely windows.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
She like points to a tree in a pot, you know.
Well, once I get the trash started, I'll come talk to you.
I totally thought you were saying a ficus has windows, and I was like, wait a second.
No,
That's a
Trollskull
tree.
Alley has lovely windows. She was saying I could sell you a ficus. I could sell you a plant. And then you can hear, like, so you're on the first floor, and then there's another floor above that, and then the top floor is the actual greenhouse. And you can hear, like, stomping, like, loud footfalls on the floor above you, and she sort of rolls her eyes.
What's the difference between a monstrosity and a beast?
Is there
A beast is like a real animal
Does
type
someone
thing,
live here?
and a monstrosity. They're usually
Uh,
like chimera type things.
Yeah. So she nods, and she's like, that would be Zaraj, my renter. He's a fine fellow, but big.
There's limited stat blocks.
I see.
Blocks for beasts. There's
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
no, I just find it's like, yeah, no, you can pick a beast that has a CR up to like level 6. It's like I can't
I
find
hear
one that's
the
above 3.
ficus stands for
Yeah.
peace and abundance, which we'll need.
She nods, and she says, you know what, dear? If you're going to fix the old place up, why don't you just take it?
Are you sure?
Oh, you seem like the lovely sort, and given your line of work, I'm sure you'll be back in doing plenty of business with me. Go ahead and take the old tree. Just water it once or so a week and make sure it gets sun.
Well, I will do that. We'll put it in the window, and if anyone asks about it, we'll make sure to point them to you.
And then she's like, do I need to have it? And like, I think she's about to ask if she needs to have somebody deliver it. And like, it's a pretty big tree, you know, it's like 3 feet tall and it's in a big ass pot. And I think, and you can correct me if I'm running your character. That's okay. I think you just walk over and pick it up.
Yeah, I think so.
This is big ass tree in a pot. And she's like, oh, dear. Well, yes, enjoy it. And let me know if you have any more questions. And welcome to the neighborhood. And do send your friends by.
Will do.
And
So
you head back
guess
out.
I'm gonna
And
walk back
that's
and
the
look
only
like a walking plant.
yeah, and that's the only place between you and back home. But the funny thing to those of you that are kind of still in the house rumbling around is Kimbo leaves to go look at armor and comes back through the front door with a tree.
Aww.
That's not
Do you
armor.
have a specific place for that?
Just kind of start looking at window.
You could put it in my room.
No, we must put it on the window.
It's covered in.
Oh, then it can go in your room. But you water it once a week and take really, really good care of it because there's a pretty lady that gave it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I was planning on covering the whole floor in dirt anyway.
Aww.
There's a
It's
plant
so
shop
sweet.
down the street, and the lady who runs it
And, like,
name is Fala.
I think Kelrick's been in the house long enough at this point that like where he's like, I was planning on covering it in dirt anyway, and like a rat scrambles up his leg and like perches on his shoulder. And he like pulls like something out of his pocket and feeds it. And he's just like feeding this rat. Yeah.
I'm gonna come back downstairs and see if that table's clean.
Oh, and the bird nest that was in the chimney, I moved it to be like just outside the door on the balcony.
Okay.
Is the big table clean?
No.
Oh.
No.
In fact, like when you touch it, it rocks because one of the legs is like broken a little bit. It's not detached, but it's askew, so like it doesn't sit level.
You gotta start cleaning the table and then walk away.
Okay. I'm gonna give it like a little wipe and then go somewhere else.
Just half-ass it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like half-ass all these tables. Like there's like gonna be like a little tiny circle on each table that's been wiped, and then I'm gonna set the rag on like the big table, and then I don't know. Start
And then,
lighting a
like,
fire.
you throw the rag down and like you kind of get ready to leave, and the rag slides across the table and falls on the floor.
I pick it back up. I put it on the table. Be like, rag, clean.
It doesn't do anything.
Okay. And then I go back to trying to put a fire up in this place.
Okay, it's summer. It's hot.
Oh, is it hot? Okay.
Well, you want to get the birds out the chimney?
Just
So
send more lights.
Kelric moved the birds. But you can start opening up windows, and
That's
like some
why
of
I
them need the
moved the
glass
birds.
replaced. But
Yeah, let's see if we can get the windows in the front cleaned.
so it's funny because we've been looking at houses, and we're debating between one that needs a little remodeling and one that doesn't. So, this one, so we can just do the fantasy remodel.
Yeah.
You do you.
Oh, fantasy. Fantasy clean the first floor. Who's
So
in?
you just start cleaning.
Yeah, I think she even has like some essential oil cleaner in her bag, probably.
Okay.
Orange
And
oil
massage
or
oil,
whatever.
obviously.
And
Lemon
massage.
oil.
Definitely massage oil, but some lemon oil, yeah. You know, got some pledge up in this.
So Layla kind of groups you guys together on the first floor and ropes you into like cleaning. Then you guys sweep stuff up and you start like pushing like tables and furniture around and getting stuff kind of clean. What are you guys talking about like while you're doing this though? Like what's the conversation?
I think I
Salad
probably
bar is stupid.
salad bar.
Right. Salad bar is a great idea.
I
don't wanna do
imagine
it.
someone's trying to stop me from turning my room into a plant-filled, dirt-covered area.
No, you can do it. You can raise the salad. You can raise lettuce for us for our salad.
I'm not gonna raise just for you.
No, it's for our business. That's how we sponsor ourselves.
We sponsor ourselves by
Can
killing
I ask
things.
out
Oh
of
yeah,
character
but this is
question?
like our side game, our side hustle.
Yeah.
Is a salad bar.
For
What about
do
trolls
furbolgs operate by trade? Salad.
I can hear you, Kat. I'm sorry.
Do furbolgs mainly operate by trade?
You're gonna have to rename it like Trolls Kale
I don't
or
know.
something like that.
It's up to you, like how your specific group of furballs trade. They're mountain folks. I'm sure they trade like limited, like some, but they're mostly like kind of peaceful, live up in the hills folks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'd rather grow things that aren't just me.
You don't eat plants.
I don't want to grow things.
Oh, you don't farm.
I don't.
Well, think of it as like scavenging. Like you
No.
just toss some seeds around your room, and when the lettuce is ready, just scavenge a bit
Oh,
out
I
of your
don't want
room.
to just.
No, you don't have to grow just lettuce. You can plant
Couldn't
like
you just
some
grow
nice.
it in your?
No, I have other plants for my room.
Then just...
Can't you just say, can you just throw the dirt a little further down the hallway and like use half of your space for it?
I don't know. Well, I could grow lettuce on the balcony. Then I wouldn't have to.
Oh my
water.
gosh, I could just see you like sweeping the dirt from there outside.
I just get like a little bit. Wait, are we still in the same room, or did you change rooms? Okay, you can cover our whole. You can cover our whole dirt. I'm fine with that.
Surprised we don't just try to grow it in that one room that nobody is occupying.
We could.
To grow it in the basement.
Oh my gosh,
That
that'd be
seems
brilliant.
Lettuce would
difficult.
not do.
The magic basement lettuce.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
You gotta have mushrooms for your salad.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
mushrooms return.
Sounds dumb.
Mushrooms. You know, I know there's a bar across town with a lady that's kind of kooky, and she sells shrooms. Various types. She usually makes.
What's the name
Yeah.
of Jay's bar again? I forget.
Beerly Beloved, I think.
Beerly Beloved.
Good.
Yeah. Dearly beloved, they specialize in a mushroom-based
Beer.
brew.
Yeah.
Maybe we can collaborate with them somehow.
Dearly beloved.
It's a vegan beer.
Oh God.
Is it
No.
vegan? It's probably vegan.
I don't know.
I don't know how you'd
How
make
would
a
you
vegan
make
beer.
a vegan beer?
My question is, how do you make a not vegan beer?
No,
There's
but
yeast involved.
there's yeast in it.
Oh, okay.
That's what does the fermentation.
You could probably have a vegetarian beer, because I don't think you're believing.
Yeah, it's
Well, wait.
vegetarian.
Isn't all beer vegetarian?
Yeah.
That's what I was. That was my actual question. I got.
Well,
myself
that's like
confused
when you
on.
buy something that obviously doesn't have gluten in it and it says gluten free on it.
Yeah.
Like vegan cotton candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gluten free cotton
Oh,
candy.
did you guys open up
Free cotton
the,
candy. Wait a minute.
the windows while you're having this conversation? Did you open up the windows while you're cleaning? Because like I said, it's hot.
Yeah, if I clean
Yeah.
like a window up really nice, I try to open
Okay.
it.
So you see this little head, like sort of bob past a few of the windows, and then the knock on the door, and then the little, almost like childlike face sticks its head through the window, and it's like, "Hello there."
There are you.
That's not a child.
No, it's this little tiny figure with this like odd voice. Oh, my name is Prophet. I'm from the Guild of Carpenters and Woodworkers. I heard you recently bought the place and maybe renovating.
Wow, word travels really super fast.
Yep.
He shrugs.
Sure
It's
are.
just-
Small
it's
town
just-
like Waterdeep.
Well, the guilds will kind of. Can I come in?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you?
Come on in.
I don't know. Can I? I'm
Are
sorry.
you a ghost?
No, ma'am. I'm not a. What?
Insight check.
Layla, you can deal with
You
this.
don't let him
Roll your
in.
insight check.
I'm gonna let go clean stuff. I don't
No,
wanna
that's
talk to this person.
vampires.
But whatever.
Yeah, you have to
You
allow
don't just
it.
let him
Middle of
in.
the day.
Okay, you're
You
pretty
might be
fucking
a
sure
big
he's a
vampire.
ghost. No, you don't think he's a ghost.
Okay.
He's like,
I believe him.
no, not a ghost. I
Come on
came
in.
by because I thought maybe you might be building the place back up. You might want to
Yeah.
talk to somebody.
Yeah.
I could give you an estimate.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Come on in.
Yeah, and he. Oh, okay.
just
then he
cleaning.
comes into the
Do you
front
like
door.
vinegar?
It's an estimate.
I pour him a cup
You're
of
like,
vinegar.
looks around.
Vinegar.
Oh, sorry, I'm not much of a fan of the vinegar. No.
Oh, great.
Well, if you're gonna rebuild the place, most of the business, you could get your furniture right around the corner at the Bent Nail. Old Tally, he's a pretty good fella, but he's like looking around and he's like jumps up and down on the floors and they kind of squeak and he's like, for the roof and the shutters and some of these floors that need to be replaced. Well, it depends on what you want to do with the place. If you made plans yet, are you gonna open it back up as a bar?
I'm thinking about a salad bar.
No.
He kind of cocks his head inside and he goes, like a bar, but instead of serving liquor, you'd give people salads.
Yeah.
I don't think
He
that's
kinda
high
nods.
demand.
That's all right. Well, I mean, then you'd want to talk to the Growers Guild and the Farmers Guild up in the.
You're gonna have to go talk to guilds.
Is
We'll
it
have a
less-
niche market.
Is it less guilds
You'd
to
wanna
open
talk-
a booze bar?
Well, for the renovations, I mean, you can work without the guilds, but it's going to be hard to get supplies. But for fixing the place up as a business, if I could walk around a bit, I'd let you know how much it costs.
Okay, I'll come with you. Only because I've heard
Oh, okay,
stories
then,
about this
yeah.
place.
Man, I'll tell you what. We're
Yeah, I
looking
hear
for
it's
vetting
haunted.
quests
Is it
and quest
haunted?
reasons.
How long you been here? You seen any ghosts yet?
No, but I'm still trying to figure out how the bar cleaned itself.
The bar cleaned itself. It's haunted. That's the only way. Oh, come on, then. Maybe we'll find us a ghost.
Alright, well, you know.
Show me around
ready.
the place.
You know, with 6 other people in
Yeah,
the
and you
house.
walk him around, and when you take him up to the room that you picked with the
It's
private
just
tub, I kind of forgot to point this out, but the tub itself is like filled with water that's been there for a long ass time. It's one of those big, giant ass like it's probably iron covered in porcelain style tubs from like 300 years ago. And it's a big like clawfoot tub. But he points it out, and it's like filled with this nasty, slimy ass water. And when he's like, "Oh, well, that would have to be drained," and he's like, "You got a leak here, and the insulation needs fixing here," and he's like a contractor, and he goes through the house with you. It takes him maybe 15, 20 minutes, and he's like, "Well, if you'd want to get the place up to code to open it as a business, it's going to be quite expensive. You're probably looking at 1,000 gold pieces there, but just to get it livable, couple days worth of work, fix the leaks, you could do the sweeping and the cleaning yourselves, and you might be able to get away with just a couple hundred gold just to get it the place to be safe. I don't know if I'd want to stay in it with this mold." And he's like pointing at some like wet, like moldy asphalt.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like a home inspector.
You're like,
Okay.
I thought that was wallpaper. Oh.
Oh, that's mold. Okay.
It was very earth.
And he's like, "You probably want to get most of this furniture out of here, and to get the furniture replaced, you just talk to old Tally down the street. He's a good law. He's part of the guild."
Okay. Well, when we get the coin for it, the dragons will come by and we'll look you up. What was your name again?
All right. Then he pats his like vest. "Oh, my name's Prophet
Prophet.
Fairkettle," and he pulls out a card and hands it to you. It's got his name in it, and like the address for his office, and then it says like the Guild of Woodworkers and Carpenters.
Excellent.
He holds it out to you, and he's like, "You just let us know when you want us to come in and start work. I think you get the place livable. Only take us a couple weeks.
Okay.
I get a crew in here real quick. We get in and out of your hair. We do one floor at the time so that you could use the others."
Oh, that'd be nice. Okay, when we have the coin.
Oh, and I'm sorry, madam, I didn't get your name. I got excited about the old place. It's real big.
Oh, my name is Layla.
Oh, all right then, Layla. Will you let us know if you need any help fixing? You could just talk to old Tally down the street there at the Bent Nail. He'll let me know.
Okay, will do.
All right then. And the little like curly-headed, it looks like a child, it's a halfling, obviously. The little curly-headed boy like starts bobbing down the street happily as he leaves. So you guys see him, Layla, sort of escort him back out as you're like sweeping and cleaning.
So he says this will be a couple hundred gold pieces to get the place in livable condition. And then
we're starting to live in it right now. Already.
Yeah, so
Real good.
Sure.
How much gold do we have amongst all of us?
Not enough.
10.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah.
So, I told him we'd come by whenever we had some money. But it looks like we might have to take that job that Yagra was telling me about. She pointed me toward a guy.
Every person we've met so far has said that they have a job for us.
Except they either have a job for us or they want to charge us money for something.
Yeah.
Well, Yagra's friend said we don't have to go. Well, he didn't say this, but Yagra said it's clean work. And by clean, I mean not sewers. So, if you don't want to...
Pretty good.
If you don't want to, smell like poop.
If we wanted, we could job behind. Alistair also said in 3 days he'd have a job available if we wanted it.
Yeah, well, we could do Yagra's in the meantime and then go back to what's his face later.
Alistair.
What's his face?
Alistair.
I don't know what his name is.
Oh no, wait. That's right. I wouldn't care. It's in the purple description.
Yeah.
Very tiny. Oh, thank you.
That's some strong.
Strong milk.
Does the body good.
Yeah, and and like, a couple minutes goes by, and then there's another like, you see what looks like a chubby dude in like bright purple robes with a very fine, like trimmed goatee pass by another one of the windows and come up the stairs.
To hate all
he
these
knocks
windows.
he knocks on the door, and like he sticks his head through the window next to the door, and he's like,
Hello?
Oh my god, I'm going up to my room.
Layla says not it, and then continues to
I
clean.
walk
I
upstairs.
go
I
open the
do
door.
have a fucking handout for Troll Skull Manor. Aha, I found it.
Yay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Wow.
super cool.
This is definitely haunted. Oh,
There's a
it's so
giant
haunted.
bird
yeah.
about to take a dump
It's
down
like-
the chimney. That's cool.
It's like a lovely place.
Where did... Hang on, I'm trying to find a thing I just had. No, it's not in that. Where is it? There are too many things.
Or
Is it in
are
this
there
part?
just enough things?
I just
Yeah.
need this guy's name. His name is Magistrate something. But he's like, yes, my name is Magistrate something. I heard you have a pair of arcane spellcasters that recently helped out dear Volo. And it's the moment where you guys are like, what the fuck? Like, who are all these people? And like that's when Kimbo just pieces out.
Walking
He's just
around.
like,
Yeah, I
I'm
left.
done. I'm out of here.
To people.
I've peopled out.
Buster comes down and he's like, "Ah!" Looking
Yeah.
all dirty and
He's
wild.
like,
That's the one.
oh, I'm just here to ask them kindly if they'd like to register.
Yeah, register.
He nods. For the Order of Arcane Casters. It's
like one of
really
those-
nothing major. You just sign a bit of paperwork, and if the city ever comes under attack, we may call you up for its defense. Can I come in?
He just starts crying.
It's one of those deals where like you get a letter and it's like, oh, we want to put together a book of all these fancy people. It'll be leather bound and it'll have your name in it.
And you don't have to do anything except spend an exorbitant amount
Right,
of money every
exactly,
once in a while.
Buster just kind of
Drools.
staring kind of in different directions.
Right, and he like looks over to literally anybody else, like whoever else is downstairs.
I'm probably
just
like
looks to that
standing
person.
behind him, and I just kind of shrug.
Yeah, and he looks at you and he's like,
super haunted.
I heard yes, sir, madam, you in the armor. I heard you had a pair of
I'm not a
arcane
caster.
spellcasters that were.
I'm not.
I
I'm not a
didn't mean to
caster. I don't
demand
know
which one of
anything
you was.
about magic. I'm sorry. Slowly, just like
Layla just walks
I'm
over.
just like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I just kind of like back out of the
Yeah, he's like, none of you were a wizard, then. Is my information
I
incorrect?
don't know, man.
Layla
I'm
walks
sorry. I'll
over.
come back another day. I apologize. I'll come
She's-
back another day.
She just stops him and she's like, "We'll take your card and I'll pass it along to the sane one."
Oh, okay then. And he pulls out a pair, just like literally 2 sheets of paper with like fairly dense text on them, and he sticks them together, and then he like licks his fingers, and he pulls out a card and sticks it under. He licks his fingers and goes like this, and there's a little like it sounds like the sound like a noise a stapler would make when he puts his fingers on it, like click click. And he like staples them together with some minor spell and like holds the paperwork through the window. You can just ask them if they'd like to register. It's not mandatory, but it's frowned upon to be an arcane spellcaster in the city and not register.
I'll make sure they get registered. Don't you worry.
And it's okay. Well, you have a nice day then, lady.
Thank
Ma'am,
you. You too.
Sir, whatever. Bye.
He doesn't know anymore.
He pieces out. He's just confused and scared. And then he leaves.
I guess I'm gonna go over to Buster and be like, Buster, this is for you. Fill it out. If you don't, I'll slap you.
Oh,
Now, where's the other one?
He kind of sniffs it and then he starts nibbling it.
No. No. Smack!
Oh!
You take it, like, pull a piece off so you can, like, peel it like string cheese.
Focus, buddy, focus.
Well, what happened?
Put your name on here. Sign and date.
I'm good at
With
it.
Do you even read it, Layla? Do you even look at it, or you just like sign this?
I don't. No.
Okay.
Can I have Buster actually roll some sort of thing to let me look.
See if you can figure out what it is without reading it.
Yeah.
If you just get straight to the fine print and ignore all of the forms.
I mean, you would have to just read it. It's not. There's no underhanded like sneakiness to it. It's just like I, the undersigned, hereby do blah 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 blah. It basically just says like if war comes to Waterdeep, you'll help.
Oh. I don't know how much help Buster would actually be, or I'm pretty sure he'd want nothing to do with it.
Sir,
I guess
Sir
You should
Buster.
just, like, cross
You know
out.
what you should
It's
do?
just
is
a
sign
lie.
your name and they'll think that it's a lie because Buster Nut sounds like
It's like
you know,
signing in
Haywood.
You should just, like, tell, come help, and then sign it and return it.
oh, okay. And he just kind of how would he
That's perfect.
sign it? He'd probably just pull out a feather from his head and dip it in something that he's
Some
trying
vinegar?
to pocket.
Some
Yeah.
vinegar? I emerge from the basement. Vinegar.
Ah, thank you. So people, Buster Nut. Ah.
Sir?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all signed here. Alright,
Alright.
where's that other spellcaster? I hear him.
Is it Elric?
It's not
I
Kurt,
mean,
is
by
it?
that logic,
Is it Kurt? I don't know.
there's 4 of us that use
No,
spell
Kurt's a bard.
stuff.
It's not me.
Yeah, so I don't know who it is.
It's Uzi.
DM.
It's Kurt.
Oh.
Me?
It's not Uzi? What is Uzi? Oh, he's a rogue.
Rogue.
Well, Uzi's a mistake.
No, Jesse's a mystic.
Okay. Then I'm like, Kurt, the city wants your help.
What?
What is Uzi then?
Do they really?
No,
Rogue.
only
Don't
if we
choose
go
a
to
rogue.
war.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not really the fighting type.
We'll just lie.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
They're gonna frown upon us. We want to be upstanding citizens and have the kick-ass
So-
bar.
I have a forgery kit. Can I just use that to sign a fake name?
You need a forgery
Also
kit to
cool.
sign a fake name?
Yeah, maybe.
You don't need the kit, but because you're proficient in it, I'll let you roll for your forgery kit with like dexterity to see how well you bullshit the fake name.
Would it be like under deception or?
You should just have like a d20 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency modifier.
So what do I click?
Do you not have the forgery kit on your character sheet?
I think I do. Let me see if I click it.
Who are you, Curtis? Character sheet. If not, I'll add it really quick.
I don't know if I did it right. So.
Languages, disguise kit, forgery kit. That'll work. An 11. Okay, you have an 11 good fake name on there.
Yeah. I have to think of a good fake name.
Bob Hope.
Elvis Presley.
There we go.
Name generator.
Okay, so you sign a fake name. Buster
Yeah.
signs his real name. Yeah, you guys kind of have. I figure we'll play for like another 20 minutes or so. And you guys kind of have the rest of the day to do whatever you want. So, what do you want?
Layla's gonna spin.
Well, it sounds like a good one.
I'd like to like look around the room that I've chosen, like to see if the floorboards are all one, if there's anything loose, because I don't want it to be messed up, and then 2, if there's anything under the floor. Actually, I just kind of like to look around the floor and see if any of the boards.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh yeah. What should my fake name be?
These all sound too good.
Orion Kinzabar.
Let me find an anagram for Kurt.
So it seems structurally sound to you, Kimbo. It doesn't seem like it's going to collapse in. There are some places where the floor kind of bends and creaks, but you don't think it's like the floor joists or anything underneath. You don't find anything that's going to collapse or lift up or anything like that.
I think Layla wants to go and get stuff to clean out her tub with. Like gloves.
Okay.
Like birthing gloves. Cow birthing gloves.
Cow birthing gloves.
The ones that go up to your shoulder. Because, you know.
Like
I
the
mean,
equivalent of
so-
waders for fishing, except like for your
except
arms.
for arms.
So
Like
where
opera
would you
gloves,
like to go to
for
look for these things?
cleaning.
There's businesses around you.
Oh, chalices.
One
I
that would
guess-
be for like cleaning supplies.
I don't know. I'd probably just go and ask someone on the street.
You should ask that Tala lady.
From
Really,
Street.
like she's got stuff for all kinds of things.
Okay, I'll go ask her.
You ask Fala. So
Fala.
yeah, if you go to Fala's, it's just like I described it to
I
Kim.
want to go there too.
Um,
so
Okay, yeah, and she has the big heavy braid down past her waist, and she's carefully trimming some sort of like exotic looking plant that she's growing up against a window nearby. And she looks up at you and smiles and, oh, hello, Diaz, welcome to the Crown. What can I help you with?
also, I want to ask Kelric if he wants to go to Follis also to look at plants to go in our room. Yes. Yeah.
I need some
I have
really
all
big
sorts of-
gloves.
Potions and unguents.
Do you have anything that'll unclog a drain?
Oh, I have acids and things of that sort that would help with clogging drains. How big of a drain are we talking? How much would you need?
Wait,
Oh, like a little
do
tub
houses have
drain?
indoor?
No, I mean,
Yes.
I assume that there's like a drain on
Yes
the
and
bottom
no.
of the tub.
It doesn't have like running hot and cold. Yeah, it doesn't have like running hot and cold water, but there are pumps in the house so you can bring water up to different rooms, and there are drainage. There's drains.
Okay.
Then that's what I want. Yeah, I need something to unclog a drain.
Oh yes, no problem. Dear, give me about a moment, and I will mix it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And something to kind of get a real deep clean on a tub.
Something astringent, perhaps. Then, what size tub are we talking about, and where are you doing the cleaning? Then, are you local?
Yeah.
Are you from the alley?
Well, yeah. Now, we just got the Troll Skull Manor.
Oh, you're friends with the lovely
Relish,
tiefling fellow that came by before. I gave him a ficus.
Yeah, the strong one. Yeah.
Quite, yes. I was rather impressed. I thought I would have to get Zaraj to deliver it, but he lifted it up and walked off with it. It was an interesting. I'll go get that. Yes, an astringent for cleaning and something to help you drain your tub. Feel free to look about the place.
Do you have anything to ward off ghosts? I hear there's ghosts.
Stops. She turns back and looks at you. Goes, I've heard burning sage is such a thing, but I don't believe the manor is actually haunted. The old place is just a bit run down.
Probably best if I
It looks
get some
creepy,
sage
but
too.
Sure. I'll be right back.
Just in case. We want to cover all of our bases.
Yeah, and you're just in this like flower shop basically, and it's filled with that like heady scent of flowers and
underline it and
herbs.
emphasize it at the same time.
And she's gone for a minute or two, and she comes back out with one little tiny vial about this big, and a big like glass like bulb jug with a cork in the top of it, and then she goes over to a sage plant, like cuts you a bundle and wraps it up.
puts it all out on the counter, and she's like,
Miss Relishmer.
for the acid and to clean out the tub, the astringents for scrubbing. I hope pine scented is okay.
Oh, yes, that will work wonders.
I don't know
And
if the city
for
would
the
believe
sage,
their cactus
oh,
relish.
for a neighbor, we'll call it 3 silver pieces.
You got it. I have 3 copper
Buy
pieces.
cleaning supplies.
How much is
You have any silver?
No, I have gold. But how much is a silver piece in gold weight?
10. She could give you change, but 10 silver is a gold.
Okay, so I get 7 silver back.
So you get 7 silver back.
Okay, then that's what I'll do. There you go. All right. Well, pleasure doing business with you. I think my associates, which are looking at your plants, would also like a few things. I'll let them.
Yeah, she looks does Kelric, you guys are breaking up on me. Does Kelric change his size?
Always.
Okay, so you shrink down to go out. Yeah, she looks over and kind of looks you up and down a little oddly. She's giving you the eye, and she's like, "Oh well, if you have any questions about the plans, do ask."
So Kelric is gonna go like looking really. This sounds weird. It seems like he's focusing on the smell of the plants and less of how they look. So he probably drifts towards like the herb stuff. And eventually he'll probably come back with purple basil and a like a bunch of random seeds.
Do you have
Sure,
any
yeah.
shrubbery?
I have a variety of shrubbery, hedges, small and large, things that'll grow larger, a few rose bushes, climbers, creepers. Chase does not know shit about plants, just for the record.
That's
Paula
fine.
does, though. But yes, she has stuff.
I just want I just grab like a random assortment of plants that don't really seem like they would look.
Yeah,
like,
and she points at one of them. She's like, "Oh, don't eat that one, dear. That one's mistletoe."
No, I'm not gonna eat it.
Oh,
I'm just
very well
throwing them in my house. I just want them
Oh,
for like decoration.
So these two would plant well out front in the limited space that you
No,
have.
I want them in my room.
Well, a few of these need full sun.
We have big windows.
She shrugs. You're welcome to try it, though they may die.
Yeah, I'll try it out. We'll see what happens.
That's for a refund. Alright. I think I have Trader Joe's.
Yeah, she will sell you if you want to buy just like an oddball assortment of like a fuck ton of plants. Let's just call it a gold piece
Okay.
for a bunch of
Sounds
random plants.
Good to me.
One person's
And then you
random
can-
plants.
I don't know. Well, I assume you're buying your own random plants for.
Yes,
Your
no, but I'm
side of
asking
the
since he
room.
said a fuck ton. We only have a limited amount of space in our room. But yes, how much would my one basil plant and a bunch of seeds cost? And then I will also inquire where I can get quality.
But also we have
Where you can get what?
2 balconies.
Quality dirt.
She's like, well, I purchased manure and other things from the far north district, from the field district. That's where I get mine. I could perhaps have shipped down to the alley if you'd like, to Troll Skull, to the manor.
I don't want to buy it quite yet, but I would like to go. I will find it myself. Thank you.
And she smiles wryly at you, and she's like, well, if you go up to the field district, over to the eastern side, and ask for Festus, he lives in the 3rd house. It's a yellowish color. Tell him Fala sent you. He sells, and she smiles at you. Well, he sells shit by the pound.
I return the wry smile.
Good.
That's a big pile of shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think Layla is like trying to walk out the door and she hears you're buying shit for the house and she's like, oh no 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 no! We just cleaned the place. You're not putting.
No, don't worry. It's just going in our room.
Yeah.
Smells so bad.
About that.
No, it wouldn't.
You're buying pots. And then she walks
She's like,
out.
well,
No, I'm not.
yeah, as you leave, she looks at the other two. If you'd like to plant them in the house, then perhaps go to the Bent Nail and speak to Tally. He could build you some boxes.
Nah, we're good.
You're just gonna buy like a
Raised
giant
beds, maybe.
size.
They're going to
No,
need proper
we're just covering
drainage.
our room in dirt.
It's gonna be like walking into a greenhouse, basically.
No, she's like, it'll need proper drainage. He did the top floor of this place. It's not going. It's a bad plan.
We can drill some holes.
But then it would just drain to the floor below.
It can rain sometime.
That was why I didn't want to buy the dirt yet. I wanted to renovate it so it could
That's why I
handle it.
didn't want to buy the dirt here. Tell me what
Chris
that
doesn't know
is.
anything about axes. I'm just putting that out there. And I don't know. I just thought we would put the dirt on the floor.
Nope.
And then grow the plants
Nope.
out of it.
You need boxes. Window boxes.
No, it's fine.
I mean,
You guys are like having this argument as you leave Paula's.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to reason with them because they don't know anything about plants.
Excuse me?
Hey,
Wait,
you
what's
know
your
about
name?
living plants in the
She
woods.
just said the druid doesn't.
House plants.
Plants.
House
Nothing
plants,
houses.
Kelric. House plants. You probably know plenty about woods plants.
Let me get over myself.
I would love to see angry Ulrich.
House plants, no.
That's just his panic
Ooh. Okay. Kelric's going to look at you very, very flatly.
And she's just gonna reiterate, house plants.
He
They-
rolls sideways.
They go in pots. And she just walks up.
How much did the seeds and the basil cost?
2 silver pieces.
Cool.
So,
And then
Yeah,
I wanted to go
that's-
talk to what's his face. If I
who's
could-
what's his face?
the person who was like, talk to me if you want cloth stuff.
The wood guy?
No, the noble
The-
dude. The guy who got confused for Flood.
Oh, Rainier?
Yes.
You'd have to go back to the yawning portal. That's probably where you'd find him.
Done. I got my shopping for the day.
Okay. So as you leave like Troll Skull Alley, as you head out, there is a building that you kind of go past that has a sign, but there's nothing written on the sign. There's just a big like red and black eye painted on the sign,
Sounds like something that.
like a cat's eye, but red and black instead of like the classic like yellow colors a cat's eye would be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
But I know what that is.
Glance in the window?
There's no windows at the front of it. There is like a big, heavy, like wooden door that looks like 6 locks on it. It's like heavily locked.
But I recognize that symbol.
Is there anybody standing
It's not.
there?
It's not a wolf's eye. It's very clearly a cat's eye. So similar but different.
It's not anything arcane. It's just like it's there. It's,
No.
Uh-huh.
Is there anyone
Yeah.
standing nearby?
There's people walking up and down the street going about their daily business, but no one like hanging out in front. But there are people nearby. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that thing that happens in movies where he goes, "Excuse, do you?" And like he's gonna
Yeah,
try and.
Eventually somebody stops. Yeah. and
Do you know what that is?
it's like a kid, like a 12-year-old kid who seems to be running errands, and he's like, "Oh yeah, what? Huh?
Do you know what that building is?
Oh, that's Vincent's place. That's the Tiger's Eye.
And what is the Tiger's Eye?
Oh, he finds stuff. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Thanks. and then he'll kind of like he'll put a silver piece in his hand, like he's like, yeah, this is right.
Yeah, the kid's like, oh shit! I'm gonna buy so much candy, and then he just runs.
You've made a new ally.
Okay, so the tiger's eye is a person who like a
kid.
You know,
like a
and
private eye?
it's a little no. You know what it is? It's 3 kids, 3 little like street urchin kids. There's a girl who doesn't talk, she doesn't say anything, and then there's and she's got like a little wooden sword, and she's probably the oldest out of the group. And then there's like a little chubby kid, a little like fat tiefling girl. They're all like street urchins. They're like dirty. Their clothes are a little ragged. And she's got like a stuffed owl bear that she's holding on to. And then there's like a tall like there's like a tall like rail kid with like a little homemade bow and shitty arrows. And when you go to talk to her, I think the girl, the oldest one, is the one that stops when you're trying to talk to her. But she like taps her ear and then shrugs at you and like and then like makes some hand gestures at one of the other kids, and the kid makes some hand gestures back. And then she looks back at you. So like you have to talk to her, and then she hand gestures at the little chubby kid, and the little chubby kid's the one that talks, the one that's with the owl bear. And he's like, the one with the owl bear is the one you end up giving the coin. And he's like, this is my owl bear. His name is Spanx. I know magic.
That's awesome.
Oh, what kind of magic?
And the older girl like nods, like shakes her head, like behind him, like no, doesn't know magic, nope.
I want to see it.
He's like, oh, okay, I'll show you. I can turn that guy into a frog. And he like reaches into his like dirty clothes and pulls out a stick, like a crooked, like well polished stick,
No.
and points it at some guy.
You should turn me into
and he's like, bam! And he's like, now that guy's a frog. Nothing happens.
Oh, that was a really good.
But the other 2 kids, the one with the crappy like homemade bow and the wooden sword, they act all surprised and they look at you like come on.
Yeah, I like clap.
Oh, do me.
And he's like, oh, I can't do that. That's dangerous. You might be a frog for a long time. Puts the thing stick back here, and then like you're like, well, here's a silver piece, and that's when he's like, oh man, we're gonna buy so much candy, and they split, like they're gone in an instant.
Good.
Aww, I love them.
Kelrick looks mildly disappointed.
I'm sure we'll see him again.
Or it can actually turn into a frog.
Oh my god, that's gonna happen. You're gonna freak that kid right the fuck out.
Yay.
That was the idea, but then he was like, no, I can't.
Oh man, if I see him again, I'm paying him a gold piece to turn you into a frog.
So they
We're
split.
just gonna accidentally
and
adopt
group,
3 street urchins because we keep giving them money to turn me into things.
So the 3 of you are going back to the yawning portal and by this point, like you've been cleaning most of the day, you're a little tired, a little sore. You got this new house, you got your bedrooms picked out. You're heading back to the yawning portal to try to talk to Rainier. What are the other? Let me see. So that's Chris, Kelrick, and Layla.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are Kurt, Buster, and Kimbo doing? So you guys were still back at the manor at Troll Skull.
I think I've just been cleaning.
Yeah,
so if the kitchen is done, I want to be cleaning up the library.
Actually, you guys have a bunch of stuff that you might want to drop off at Troll Skull first. Do you want to tell the rest of the group where you're going when you drop off all your random plants and shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would like to burn a little bit of the
I
sage,
just like build a little fort
like at
with
the
all
front door.
that I grab.
Okay. And what's everybody's alignment?
That's a good question.
Alignment?
Yeah.
Chaotic good.
I think
Chaotic good.
mine is just
Neutral?
Neutral. So most of you are neutral. What is Kelrick?
Oh, I'm
Neutral
lawful neutral.
Neutral good. So lawful neutral, neutral good, and chaotic good.
So Kelric, you guys drop off the stuff. You tell the rest of the group where you're going.
Yes.
Okay. So some of you are packing up and oh shit, packing up and getting ready to head back to the yawning portal to try to talk to Rainier. And Kelric, in your head, you hear a soft female voice, and it says, "My name is Vajra Safar. I am the Blackstaff. Come to Blackstaff Tower. Bring your friends." And that's where we'll stop.
Okay. Can I? Oh wait, before I do that, can I do like an Arcana check for what the fuck?
Next time, probably.
Yeah, we can do that next week.
No! You evil son bitch.
All right.
Good game, guys. Good game.
Woohoo!
So Susie, let me know when you turn the stream off.
All right, good game, guys. Night stream. Night, everybody.
Good night.